little bit so we can work. Your mission, your mission is to get a stagecoach and then go up into the mountains and camp. Actually, we'll have you go camp in places in-game that look like places so you can talk about them. Like, we'll have you find a California desert, we'll have you find Arizona, Idaho.
I didn't know all those places were in the game.
Well, yeah, it's a bunch of landscapes and terra things. Are we going?
Yeah, we're live.
Yeah.
Cool.
Clouded.
Play Montero while you build it. Yo, I do like that song a lot, though.
I don't think we can play it because of copyright.
Yeah, we're definitely not going to play any copyright songs that we don't own.
The songs we've made.
Just call me by your name as you look at this biplane.
We have friends music.
Yeah.
Call me by your name. Call me by your name. Look at my biplane. Call me by your name. Call me by your name. Check out my biplane.
I like it.
Look at my biplane. Look at my biplane. Call me by your name.
Just started watching Inuyasha tonight, and holy cow, the animation in the first episode is phenomenal. I know. Studio Sunrise, man. They're one of the best, but they stopped trying at some point. But I don't know. There's like a new season that's of average quality, not below average, like late Inuyasha. What's up, Gazers? Says Mr. Sabotage CV. Varas.
Building an RV.
Yeah, we're
Building
gonna
an
be
RV.
building an RV here live in the living room tonight.
Oh my god.
In the meanwhile, anybody
I've
who
already
is-
built this biplane.
Yes, the biplane is fucking sick. It literally moves its propeller. I don't know if they can see. Well, yeah, they can see it.
Can you
yeah,
please
it's,
show off the biplane's
In fact, it's actually
technical
quite
functions
visually
to the
evident.
camera? Can you just hold?
The
Yeah. If you move the
colors-
wheels, you see the biplane moves.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a very good Lego set.
And also in the lead up to building the RV in the middle of the living room, anybody who gives a $15 super chat can get a rant from me or from Mint Salad, since she's here as well.
Hello.
And you can also submit rant requests by way of PayPal with the digibronymlp@gmail.com email that will eventually be gone probably by the next stream because I'm setting up the Yig Studio contact email.
Woo.
But for now, that is a way to do. How do you build an RV in a living room? You're gonna learn today!
You won't learn today.
You know that bit?
Sure.
Oh, damn.
I'm
Do
actually.
the beats sound alright to chat?
How did the beats sound, chat?
Yeah, let us know about if you're digging on the instrumental sounds.
No, let's
Alert.
not too loud or not.
High key enjoyed the last two music videos, Trixie, from Nada Films. Thank you very much. I enjoyed them as well.
Oh my god.
Hard work and determination, says George Ripley. Those are the keys. I feel like there's a specific show that focuses on those phrased exactly like that. Maybe you could build a small RV in a living room, but then how you going to get it out to drive it?
Force.
Force of
Or alternatively, how do porcupines make love? I'm asking you a question.
Carefully.
Very carefully.
Very carefully.
Don't give any specifics about when we're doing RV stuff.
Someone asked, why did you take down the Ethan Ralph video? We did not. It's still there. The thumbnail changed to a sick-ass Void Gazers thumbnail. Maybe you didn't recognize it, unless it's gone down in the last 15 minutes and I didn't notice.
I'll show you. No, it's there. Explain the thumbnail.
Yeah, it's just a
It's
new
by
thumbnail.
artist Rob Pruitt.
Rob Pruitt?
Rob Pruitt.
Yes, Rob Pruitt drew this absolutely incredible Akira thumbnail.
Guntkira.
Guntkira, that's right.
Sorry, Pruitter.
Pruitter.
At ROBB_PRUETER.
Okay. ROBB_PRUETER. Yeah.
Just to repeat for everyone in the
We'll
audience,
put
it is
in the description.
It's at ROBB_PRUETER.
Like a Ralph video later, just go and add that to the description. Like
Will
new
do.
thumbnail by.
Yeah, I
But
should have
explain
done
Gun to Kira.
first place. But yeah, Gun Kira is
Please explain it for me.
Ethan Ralph is turning into the giant goo monster from the end of the movie. May is the girlfriend getting squashed in the fat folds. And Gator's the little psychic fat kid in the fucking in his little like floating
His
wheelchair.
MODOK chamber.
That's a good way of putting it, yeah. And we are all the fucking badass main characters, of course. Riley's got is Kaneda with the fucking. Actually, I think we've all got. You and I have. Like,
I'm
laser
simply
guns.
depicted as a sledgehammer.
It's pretty sick, and there's like this whole border with all the pills and all like the iconography of the movie. It's awesome, and it's got a Void Gazer's logo. I'm quite happy.
Don
about
Jolly
it.
okay? People are asking.
Don Jolly has just not been on the internet recently, so I don't know. Like, I don't have a private contact with him, so I know as much as anybody else.
I would say praise be to Don Jolly. Sorry.
He is one of my favorite people in the world, so I hope he's doing okay at all times. Bless up. Big
I hope
prayer.
everyone's doing okay at all times.
I mean, yeah. I do too. That's just, yeah. Except for that motherfucker right there!
Except for the people I'm robbing right now. In Cowboy Game!
Fish eyes ass bitch.
I thought B went off the deep end with some of the recent ideas and videos, but she doesn't seem any different now that I'm actually watching her live. Well, I'm glad that you feel that way.
Spread the word.
We do, yeah, spread the word. We do kind of do these live streams so that people can, like, have a chance to just, like, be with us in a very casual context and understand that, like, nothing that we're doing here is, like, megalomaniacal or, like, fucking galaxy-brained or anything. Like, we're
My
literally just trying
galaxy
to make
brain
stuff.
plan is to cook good food.
Yeah. Like, I feel like people on the internet, like, they, like, when you make art, it takes a lot of planning, but it doesn't take a lot of scheming, you know? Like, it's not about, like, having to have, like, a gigantic idea. It's about having to realize one very simple idea with a gigantic amount of complexity, you know? And, like, so people will sit around and, like, let their imaginations run wild because they're not looking at all the work that goes into, like, I mean, this live stream has fucking lighting. It's got, we spend an hour setting up this live stream, including all the time I spent brushing my hair.
That was most of it.
And your teeth.
And teeth, yes. So, and, well, I brushed my whole, I did my face.
You brushed your face with the...
See, the other fortunate thing about this plane is that I can use it as a mouse cable holder downer. That is the
Someone
technical
told
term.
me Ethan Ralph is actually 3 foot tall. Is that true? Riley says, I'm 3'7", so when you watch the video, keep that in mind. Grateful Vol Everett says, hello, people. Hello.
Hi, Grayfo.
George Ripley says, hiya. Incidentally, I appreciate all the greetings. If anybody wants any like questions answered or any long form ideas explored, we are selling rants here on this stream. I will do one, or Mint Salad if you want her to do it, for $15 by Super Chat or by sending money straight to the PayPal digibronymlp@gmail.com. Yeah, just give us a rant request and I'll do it.
Any super chat gets like more of a reaction than just a chat.
Right, yeah, like I will read some chat here, but I'm not going to like give any kind of longer answers to anything. Nothing more than a couple sentences.
I just
Unless there's
crashed a
some
train
money
and the
involved.
train is not okay. The train is hurt badly.
Oh no.
I'm sorry to relay this news, but I seem to be okay. Dutch seems to be okay, unfortunately. Dutch is not a fun character. I like his ideals in a way, but He's also insane and kills people for no reason.
I'm gonna make this thing not turn off as often. How do I reduce
Dutch!
the screen off? Display. That's how. So, Yabtar said, "Hey B, I've been a casual fan watching your stuff here and there for years. Not sure what all this RV business is, but it looks like you're in a good place these days. You seem happier." I am. I feel really good. It's nice to feel like the person you're supposed to feel like. Eventually I'm going to figure out how to describe, like, the resolution of dysphoria. I couldn't have probably described what dysphoria felt like until I stopped feeling it, and now I feel like I could describe that, but I don't know if I can describe what it's like to be out of it completely until I've been there for a while. So eventually I will write something on the subject of why I'm so goddamn happy these days. Good luck with your future endeavors, they also said. As for what the RV business is, well, you'll see momentarily when we build an RV right here in this living room.
The RV business is a multi-million-dollar industry perpetuated through many different countries throughout the world in which people sell recreational vehicles.
Who won the Digi memorabilia last stream? A whole bunch of people did. We shipped out like 20 total packages between the people who bought the Ralph shirts and all the rewards and stuff. So we had like this massive fucking post office run. It was sick. That was the fastest turnaround on things getting shipped out from any fulfillment fastest fulfillment that I've ever had. That's what I need to say.
I fulfill orders.
Yes, Riley is very good at fulfilling.
Just like Amazon.
Yes.
Or similarly to
You
Amazon.
have a production label, like pushing all of your fucking shit forward.
Yeah.
It will happen.
It's a lot easier to get all this address wrangling and fucking sending stuff out done. Isn't it hard to pay attention to the story when you are live streaming? Have you had difficulty?
Not at all. Currently, we're fighting through Saint Denis, which has figured out that we're bandits.
Ari's a big time have subtitles on screen so you can read it type. Like,
yeah,
if there's a lot of chaos going on in the room, he's good at just seeing the text anyways.
If I may be honest with you people on the stream, I'm a filthy casual, and I don't care about anything that's going on screen. This is Grand Theft Auto in 1891. Or whenever it is. It's just, there's semi-automatic pistols, there's revolvers, they have the actions, you can pat your horse. If you're not playing this game, you're missing out on a lot. It's a lot of fun. I haven't gotten to the point where I've beat the game, unfortunately, so I don't know how fun it gets to be when you get to play as John Marston and, kill the guy who I really want to kill. Micah! But, right now we're running through Saint Denis. We're trying to be saved. I don't actually know what it is exactly we've done. We may have pissed off,
You robbed a bank.
Is that what we did? We robbed a train station.
Right.
We robbed a train station, yeah.
Damon Smith said, I made it here, gonna be here until like 11:30. Also gotta say, been liking the new music videos recently, more than the actual songs, honestly. The brand new one slaps, though. Well, thank you. Time skip. That one's the one. Big fire. Big thanks. I was actually watching an old Digi Bros where you were talking about buying an RV before you went on the cross-country trip. Yeah, I mean, it was the plan back in 2017.
You should move into an RV. That is the ideal way to live.
It's the only reason I didn't is that I was really afraid that I wouldn't be able to have enough internet to be on the internet as much as I wanted to be. And now I don't want to be on the internet as much as possible. So, I
have unlimited data.
I have unlimited data. Well, Riley has one thing Amazon doesn't have: dope rhymes, says Native Films.
Yo, don't skip live chat.
How did I just respawned? How did that happen? Who died? Lenny was abandoned. I respawned. Okay.
Abandoned him.
Let's see if I
Jesus
can
Christ,
spawn
we
near
should
Lenny
keep
this
the
time.
band.
Where's Lenny? Oh, Lenny's over here. I see. I have to run.
JNES said, I got the shirt I want. Definitely going to hang it on my wall. Amazing. Why is the comments on your recent video closed? You said you support free speech? I don't really know what free speech has to do with it, but the video, we basically decided that there's no reason to have comments open on songs. They're songs, they're there for you to listen to,
There's
not
only
really
two types of
discuss.
feedback. I like
Right.
it, I don't like it.
Exactly.
You don't know why you do or don't like it, or you'd be making music instead of watching our video.
Exactly,
like
yeah.
Our music.
There's people will like, when you leave comments open on music videos, then like people who aren't there for music will like try to offer constructive criticism on it because like they don't like it, and it's like, well, you didn't come. I understand that you don't like it because you didn't come here naturally. You came here because you are a subscriber to a channel that is putting up music now, and we encourage those people to unsubscribe. Our current model is we're telling people like unring the bell and just check the channel every once in a while and watch the videos that are in the categories that you like. Don't burden yourself to watch every single video if you don't like the stuff that you don't like. It's just it's very bizarre when people feel the need to like exert their dislike of something that wasn't made for them, you know?
Yeah. It's
And
like
like
people who don't listen to rap who are like, well, this would be better if it wasn't rap.
yeah.
Right? Or like, just this would be better if
Exactly.
it wasn't what this is. Somebody had one comment on Bird's album that like it would be better if we got somebody who could sing instead of Bird. Now,
It
so
would be
just
better if I wasn't on my own
So
album.
just like, how is that a criticism? That doesn't make sense at all. It's not a criticism of what the thing is. It's just declaring you'd like it better if it wasn't the thing it is. Just fuck off.
Your opinion doesn't matter to me. I don't care who you are. I'm cooler than you, and I'm pretty hot.
I don't know how this is a free speech issue either. It's just like we didn't take away the dislikes. You know, we didn't like do anything like that.
To George Ripley, who was saying that he was in the last stream and didn't hear, wasn't around to the end to find out whether they won or not. All of the people who won have been sent their packages, so you would know if you had won. Like we would have found
catty
you.
and bitchy.
Well, okay.
Just
I don't.
explain that the
I didn't
announcement
mean
made
to
at
sound
the end
that
of
way.
the announcement.
Yeah.
We had a
And
really
then
fun
hunted
visit to the
everybody who
post office.
Hey.
Yeah. Sorry, everybody. Bee's a woman now, so she's kind of a dumb bitch sometimes.
I'm still confused how her stance on free speech changed since the Lolicon debacle. My stance on free speech has always remained the same, that people should be able to say whatever the hell they want. It's
Draw
up to
whatever
you
they
to
want.
decide where you're going to platform, whether you personally want to platform it or not. But there should be no legal repercussions for, which is what free speech is a legal thing. Like, there should be no legal repercussions for speech or art.
How many rows do you have to have for things to be considered a theater?
What?
Like, how many rows of seating do you have to make it a theater, or how big of a screen?
Yeah, probably screen size that would determine that. If the room is dedicated to watching a movie, it's a theater. The living room is dedicated to more things than that, so it's not a theater. Is that a good answer? Where did that come from?
I don't know. I was just...
You just randomly thought it?
Yeah.
Gamer Nation 432 asked, any particular reason you're sticking with this channel when it gets dislike bombed rather than starting fresh? Well, one part of it is that the dislike bombs are not just like subscribers who are angry. There are people who are like posting our videos in Discord channels like full of people to go dislike bomb them and stuff. So like we're going to be dealing with that one way or another, but also like more importantly, there's just a huge baked in audience there of people who potentially might like the videos. So like the fact that the videos that are coming out right now have the view counts they do. I mean, I've launched side channels before that I was running for months that did not get up to this level of views when I was like really trying to build them. So like this is more successful than it would have been already. And it can only grow as people come to understand and come to terms with it, and you know.
Shaking the tree thing. That's all you really need
Yeah.
to have said.
Like basically as we release all this content, shakes up the people who are inactive subscribers who start paying attention because they start getting push stuff again because, like, you know, we just create enough noise around the fact that videos are coming out that it's unavoidable for people to have to pay attention, observe what the channel is, and then come to a decision about whether they're going to stay subscribed or not, as opposed to just sitting there empty subscribers, like, not even getting sent the videos because the way I was promoting them before, they just weren't even showing up in people's feeds anymore. So, like, you know, the methodology we've been using of, like, being able to make consistent videos because we have so many different categories of things that we're capable of doing and bouncing between, you know, allows people to find out that it's still a thing.
Yeah, watch the anime videos.
Hey, we got a $5 super chat from Alejandro. Says, bought a 1982 Ford F350 with a straight 6 engine for $1,500 in Central VA, building a German timber frame cottage house truck. See ya on the Fury Road. Fuck yeah.
Meet up with you for a cookout.
I
Hell
don't
yeah.
even know what a German timber house truck means, but I would love to see it. That
German
sounds
timber
incredible.
frame
That sounds
cottage
like a
house.
cabin built on top of a truck. How did I die?
Read some of the stuff before that.
Dutch has died.
Dutch!
Here. I guess it looks like that. But, on wheels, I take it?
That looks incredible. Hit me up at BirdStork, BirdStorc on Instagram and Twitter to talk to me about your cabins, RVs, and all kinds of mobile homes.
Hell yeah.
Alright, let's
Zed
scroll back
Huxtable
up.
asked, you got your phone? Or super chat a question, but there's a character limit, so I want to text it instead.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I don't have my phone on me right now. I'm using Ari's phone.
Why
But,
didn't you find your fucking phone?
I couldn't. We were...
Go find your phone.
I will!
I didn't do anything. Before you go, I couldn't. You needed me. Like, you brushed your hair for half an hour.
She put leave-in conditioner in it. She did a whole lot to it before she made sure.
I just
Like,
want to state that
Instead of
Ari
wearing
was,
a
like,
hat.
stopping me from brushing my hair by singing Hamilton at me for, like, 12 minutes.
How does
so-
that
how are
stop
you?
from
How are you
brushing your
supposed to
hair?
distract your girlfriend while she's brushing your hair? Her hair.
How is that distracting?
It shouldn't be.
Excuses.
I'll answer this one. Someone said, well, that person, Donald, said, fine, but aren't they blocking people who like this type of music and giving them criticism? Look, like I said, my buddy Ryan Long, professional comedian.
Boys.
Really smart guy. Boys. He has this opinion that the audience does not know why a joke is funny or not. They're not comedians. What they can tell you is that they thought it was funny or they didn't. They can either laugh or not laugh. And then it's your job to figure out what's funny. That's an approach that I have with music. You know, there's lots of people who have lots of reasons why they dislike X Drake song or they dislike X Eminem song. But then there's millions of other people who have different reasons for why they like those songs. If you go look at the song fucking God's Plan by Drake, it has 500,000 downvotes. But, like, who gives a shit about those 500,000 people? Like, a bunch of people
I didn't even do
disliking your
anything.
stuff is really only one person who dislikes your stuff a bunch of different times.
And I've just
One-
got to say, of all the people disliking your stuff, I deserve that. This jacket, this beanie, incredible combination.
Fucking
Very
hate
good,
you.
fashionable choice.
Alright, I'm done trying to, like, talk wisdom at you guys.
No one deserves wisdom.
Shut up, Bird.
I'm happy.
God protects people. Where did you go, B?
Might be my purse somewhere.
You should fucking not have lost your phone at any point in time.
I know.
Imagine losing your
This
phone.
is so fucking cringy. People criticize you for a lot of dumb shit on the internet when they should be making fun of you for failing at simple life things.
Like
Not having your
losing a
fucking
phone.
all the time.
Wait, who the hell's phone is this?
That's mine.
Mint,
Yo, Mint, show off your really cool
Mint, we're
phone
not
feature.
paying for your phone next month if you fucking don't have it in your
Okay.
hands for the rest of this month.
Okay. I, mean,
What
I
waste
knew
money
where
is
it was.
What if it's in my pocket?
Huh?
What if it's in?
Yeah, that counts.
Okay.
Keep it on your fucking person or don't pay for it. It's a smart device. These are $1,000 devices that you pay for monthly.
Whoa! My phone was $500.
Okay, I get it. You're poor. No, you're the hardest working of all of us.
I was working at a gas station at the time. It was the phone I could afford. I'm gonna get a Motorola Razr.
Oh boy.
The new one.
You should get a red.
Oh no, no. That would be funny. Yeah, I should make. It does have a great camera. It's a red phone. What do you expect from it? We were at Best Buy earlier today, and I was looking at the Samsungs, and even the small one that is about the same size of my Google Pixel 2, whatever its size it is, it has a whole screen coverage as opposed to the cutoffs from the, old phones, because I'm poor. It's fun. Big screens, better cameras. It's been like,
Oh my god.
I don't even know, 4 years since I bought a phone. Here, pause on the game because I have to call my girlfriend again.
It's a good chance to mock you.
Just so you guys know, anime videos only get done because Riley, me, and Mint make sure they get done. Like, in the same way she's finding her phone right now. It's hard to do things.
Bird, what are you running through?
I don't even know, to be
Y'all are
honest.
awkward as fuck. It's so weird. You're just playing off of each other's weirdness.
Yeah.
Hey, we need you back on the couch. Did you find your fucking phone? No.
Oh my god.
Alright, keep looking for your phone.
Didn't find it.
Have you seen my purse? I can't even find
No, nobody has seen your shit.
Have you?
Currently, I'm calling my horse Bird Horse.
Seriously, like, this is lolcow shit.
Well, only because I keep looking for it. Like.
No. The not having your phone part. I don't.
That's normal. Not
No,
having
it's
it on
not.
stream is abnormal.
No.
What?
Just not having your phone is weird. This is what the people need to see. This is your worst behavior.
Worst behavior.
It's just that you don't have your phone on you. Holy shit, these people are so cringy. Yeah, music doesn't have to sound pleasant. There's lots of genres of music that aren't pleasant sounding. There's lots of genres where the vocals are not
the
the
worst.
point. There's lots of genres where there's no bass. Do you think a fucking flutist is supposed to have bass in their tracks? Because we'll get comments like, oh, this song needs more bass. Like, no song needs more fucking anything. When we put out a finished project, that's how it sounds. There's nothing it needs. There's stuff you'd prefer it to have. Seriously, people with, like, staunch music opinions, like, oh, this needs this. They just sound fucking underbaked. You sound undercooked. You need to go back into the womb and try again. You're like 3 months early. Oh, my ears need lyrics that are easier to understand. Or a more predictable flow pattern in order for me to enjoy this. Like, that's a you problem.
I have my phone now, so Zen Huxtable, if you're still there, you can text me. Also, hi everybody. I have my phone now, and I have the chat. My phone was in my purse. My purse was just sitting in a really weird spot by the trash. I probably set down the Chinese food on the table and then threw it down on the ground.
Before you do all this, ban Steven Soto.
Steven
He's
Soto.
using his real name, so it's not a dox. But that's Scar. Fuck that guy.
Okay.
Fuck Steven
this guy
Soto.
falsely accused Bird of molesting him at a live event.
Yeah.
After Bird refused to flirt with him for the 3 weeks after the live event. Did this very publicly on the Nick Show podcast.
Yep.
This guy is criticizing our music and wants fucking comments open. This is exactly why we don't have comments open.
Yeah.
For you to criticize our music.
I'm not out there to platform fucking Steven Soto. Fuck that guy. Anyway, let me find out where I had been or where we're at. Yeah, I read that super chat.
What are you doing, Bird? is this?
Shooting an alligator, I think.
Why?
I don't even know what's going on. I just saw this man wanted me to talk to him. I don't really want to talk to him anymore.
Seriously, guys like Steven Soto can come see me at a show.
Yeah.
At any fucking live show. Come see me in Elko, Nevada on the 23rd of this month.
And go listen to
I'll see you
the
at the
Hate.
show.
Come see me after that. At
Pay
any of the
attention this
concerts we
time.
do.
It just reminds me of the... Have you ever seen Monsters vs. Aliens?
No.
Have you? Did you
Yes.
see Monsters vs. Aliens?
Yeah.
You know, Derek and whatever, Giganta Girl or Monster Girl or whatever? Just reminds me of the line like, in what world is Paris better than Sacramento?
Dude, this beat that we're hearing right now, I know what the hook of this song is, and it's just playing in my head as I listen to the beat. It's been stuck in my head all fucking day. I'm excited for the upcoming Vizier album. Or what is it being credited as?
We're not sure yet. Probably the the Vizier of Yig and Cranberry Dave.
Cool.
We're not sure yet.
It has some sick ass album art as well.
Yeah.
Grafo Valavrant was saying about not wanting to be online. That's something I've been feeling too, and I think at least for me, it's because it might have gotten too fast for my brain. People treats others making stuff online like they are buying a Big Mac. They already have a picture of what they want in their minds, and if it deviates from it, then the complaint follows. It's true. They just everybody expects everything to be made for them, and they get upset if it's not. Like, they feel like, oh, but I subscribed to this channel, so everything here must have been something I would like. And it's like, it's just like a kind of an odd way. I never would assume that everything that one director made I would automatically like, you know? Like, or one creator, studio, anything.
Good time to announce that we could probably take callers if we wanted to.
Yeah.
A couple hours, in an hour or something maybe.
Yeah, we might be taking callers in an hour to the
RV. We're about to build the RV.
Yeah, we're gonna live
Just
build
waiting
an
for Bird
RV
to go
here.
camping. He's supposed to find a wagon and then go off and make a camping site.
Paisano asked, Digi, have you been attacked by a hater in public? I mean, no.
Not yet.
Not in private. Someone broke into my house a time, but
No, in public, guys like Scar fucking
take a picture with me, and yeah,
with you.
exactly. Act like they're friends, and then
They show up to try to be like, oh, ho, ho, I met you. Like, yeah,
Right.
you fucking pussy, you did.
exactly. I love David Smith said B is a dumb bitch now, and it's great. Cranberry Dave said, yo, nice beat in the background. What absolute Chad producer put that together?
Brother. That's what it is.
The Cranberry King himself, says Damon Smith. Am I gonna watch Gundam Hathaway when it comes out? I don't know. If I hear it's good, I will. I watch stuff when I hear it's good from people who know. Like, if I hear Ghost Lightning talk about a Gundam show, I know I have to watch that Gundam show, basically. Riley, how are you today? Someone asked.
I'm good. I've been rapping. I'll probably, I'll play one of the songs that we have rough mixed for the stream in a bit, too. We're gonna do, like, multi-layered streams like we do all our other content, you know? It's for B, it's for Mint's Big Titties, it's for some music in the background, video games, some RV building, lots of reasons to come to the stream. It's a people movie, it's a game movie, it's a music
people movie.
It's all of it. We do have a Spotify. Vizier has a Spotify, and Trial of the Golden Witch has a Spotify.
Yes, and
Skip the Hate's on Trial of the Golden Witch, right?
I believe so. I have it like so that Vizier is a credit on all the songs,
Right.
but there's like two your music is on 2 different Vizier Spotifys because of the EP got. Go to the SoundCloud. That might be the better place to get all of our shit, especially after I upload literally all of our
Vizier
albums.
and the Golden Witch.
Vizier and the Golden Witch.bandcamp.com would have all of our collaborative albums. What's your SoundCloud at Vizier?
At VizzyG.
At VizzyG.
SoundCloud.com/VizzyG.
SoundCloud.com/VizzyG for independent Vizzy tracks.
My original rap name was Visual Genius, because that was the Wu-Tang generator for my name.
That's cool.
Which is how you should get your rap name.
Visual Genius, Visual, Vizzy, Vizier, Vizier of Yig, the Grand Vizier of Yig.
Incredible.
It's all about infinitely scalable, in and out, up and down.
For me, it was artistic intelligence.
What?
That was my Wu-Tang Clan.
$15.
You know,
that's where art
that.
rivals intelligence.
Yeah, that's where my
phone.
rap. That's where my real name goes into my rap name.
So as soon as I get that text, as soon as it shows up in my phone, I'll be reading this Zen Huxtable rant.
Man, there better be a carriage soon,
There
or
we
I'm gonna
go.
have to rob a train.
With the rise of cult popularity of late 90s to early 2000s IPs like Gokinjo Monogatari, Nana, and Paradise Kiss, along with various Western IPs, check my latest animation for reference, and 2000s pop revivalism headed by artists like Charlie XCX and 100 gecs, do you think there's a rapidation process ongoing with the 30-year nostalgia cycle as a result of internet osmosis? Also, just talk about good memories you have of 2000s media, bonus points if not anime exclusively. I do think there's an acceleration happening because of the internet, because of the fact that... So, something that I used to criticize when I was a kid about, like, cartoons in the 90s was that a lot of them were just about childhood, like an older childhood than I had, because, like... I have this song called Fuck Slingshots, which is about how, like, I would see slingshots represented in all these cartoons, and it made me want to, like, play with them, but they kind of suck, and they're not a fun toy, and it's, like, something
Why are you dissing Bart Simpson?
Something that was fun in, like, a time when video games didn't exist yet, you know? So, like, I think that just... For me being a digital kid of the 90s, playing video games and being on the computer, it was hard for me to relate to, like... the type of childhood that was actually on TV. So when, like, when I see the way that this generation is, it's much faster, where, like, people are making content, like, in their 20s. Like, people are running shows on Cartoon Network who are, like, 22 years old and are talking about their time growing up in the 2000s, in the 2010s. And then, like, most of the stuff is still relevant because they're talking to the younger generation online. I guess that's what really is affecting it the most, is that there's less, like, age segregation culturally. Like, up until the internet, there was much more demographic separation. Like, memes are something that everybody enjoys. Your dad likes the same memes you do, you know? Whereas, like, he wouldn't have liked the same movies that a teenager was expected to like in the 80s or whatever. Like, stuff was just so much more demographic driven, and now everything tries to appeal to everybody, you know, like, which is how we end up with, like, Avengers and stuff, where it's supposed to be simultaneously this nostalgia bomb and, like, this, you know, like, somewhat serious, complex meta-narrative for adults, and then, like, Iron Man Go Punch for kids. So, like, and that's even more broad than the specific examples you gave here. Because, like, Nana and Paradise Kiss, I think that would be more... And 100 gecs is definitely tied to, like, just queer going mainstream right now. Especially trans stuff and just, like, hyper-effeminate anime that was not popular in the 2000s. Like, in the 2000s, there were, like, 3 or 4 manga or anime that were, like, aimed at girls that girls were watching in the United States, like Fruits Basket and Sailor Moon and, like, a couple other shows. And then I think in the 2010s, because of, like, anime analysis videos and shit, like, and people going back through, and both on YouTube and Twitter, like, the people who used to run anime blogs who all became Twitter accounts, they are the people who create, like, the... you know, 4 images from an anime that'll get endlessly reshared and get people to, you know, go watch Onisama A or whatever. So, like, all the old stuff that's becoming relevant to Westerners now is, like, stuff that they just missed out on in the first pass. And You know, like, all it takes is a 16-year-old being on Twitter and seeing someone my age talk about Nana and go like, oh, that looks like it's aged beautifully. You know, it's not something that that wouldn't be relatable to them still. I think just part of it is maybe the homogeneity of like anime aesthetic that allows it to, you know, continue to be relatable over the, like, because anime has stayed pretty consistent since the late 90s. So like maybe just the fact that everything looks the same means it's easy to go back as far as Eva, and that's why like young people don't typically go much farther back than that, unless they're like, you know, an old head in training, someone who's already old on the inside. But as for, yeah, like with the hyper pop and everything, with like, because you know, 100 Gex is nostalgic for the same stuff I am, like Linkin Park and, you know, literally the year 2000 when I was 9. So like I understand why it's very natural for that to be coming into like the nostalgia cycle, but I think that there are like, people are nostalgic for Total Drama Island, and like that came out in like 2007. So there's like the influence of that is already so felt in media that is coming out that I think it really is just a case of like younger and younger people getting into the industry, sharing their influence, older people seeing the things younger people are doing more so than before, and just all of it kind of smearing together. So there's less of a wait time for things to be culturally relevant, because you don't have to wait for people to get 20 years of industry experience before they start talking about their childhood. Yeah. Hopefully that answers that question.
Yeah!
Yeah! Now I'm gonna go back into the chat. Not having a phone on your person is fairly reasonable at home, in my opinion. In some ways, professionally, I consider having to own one a horrible invasion of my privacy, IMO. I mean, my job is to be on the internet all the time, so it does usually behoove me to have my phone. I do own a lot of inconvenient clothes for carrying around a phone, but there are ways. I should be carrying like a little, like a satchel bag with the phone on it. I have this one that's like just a phone case strap that I could wear. So now that I've thought about that, I will probably start doing it.
How do you feel about fanny packs?
I would wear a fanny pack. I don't have one though, so I'd have to go.
Happy birthday!
I just recently discovered this channel. How often do you do live streams like this? We've been doing them fairly frequently as of recently.
Bars.
There is no set schedule, so that will remain to be seen by you and us.
You and me.
B, do you still talk to Ghost Lightning? I do. I still, all of the people who really helped me in my early anime blogging days are still around on Twitter, and I still keep up with them, and they seemingly still keep up with me, because I was just hearing from like Bakaraptor and Oto-san and Andrea Chi. These are all like old anime bloggers who are still fucking talking on Twitter. It's always heartwarming to see my homies still around. Have you ever thought about doing a sort of book, music, movie combo? Like having a book that features music to elevate the emotion of certain moments or something? Yes, I have. I definitely will be incorporating score into book movies.
I have some ideas for that too.
Hot take, Julian Casablancas and Kevin Parker from Tame Impala have the two most beautiful croons and voices I've ever heard. Also Beth Gibbons. Any other contenders, Chat and Yig?
I thought it was pronounced Tame Impala.
Thank you. Crooners. Beautiful crooners. David Bowie? Is he a crooner?
Dean Sinatra, Dean Martin, Frank
Frankie
Sinatra.
Sinatra.
Well,
Frank Sinatra.
what person made that song? It wasn't Frank Sinatra.
I don't know where the sample comes from, but I know it from an Avalanches song. Hey B, I've been following you since Pony Days. Just wanted to show some support. Your friends seem really cool. Hope you are well. Thank you. My friends are really cool. I'm glad.
I'm
that you
actually
feel the
really
same.
hot.
You are extremely. Ever heard of Hovey Benjamin? His music is fire. I have not, but I will check it out. Mint, I will pay you to go meet your parents. 1 plane ticket back and forth. How much?
People think I won't let Mint talk to their parents. Mint, you're on.
Oh my
stream.
god. Yeah.
Fucking talk about this. This has nothing to do with me. I'm just the only one that her parents can get a hold of because Mint has blocked everybody in her family.
Yeah, yeah, my mom recently Instagram DM'd him like this like weird long psychotic message basically saying that she's like she wants to be here with me. She wants to live with us and be with us and like
Very assumptive.
yeah, and like
Just let her talk. Just don't say anything or
Sorry.
you'll be like guiding her or something.
Right.
Just let Mint fucking talk to the concern trolls and to her family who are probably watching at some point.
yeah, and with Riley like texting like my mom with me saying like, hey, this is like what I want to say to them. She's like, oh, I want to hear her voice. So we send like a video of me like basically reacting to her weird psychotic message, and then she's like, oh, I won't accept that video. I'm not gonna watch that video. And it's
I want to hear her voice. Watches the video. I don't want to hear her voice.
like she's like, I want to hear her on a call, and we're like, okay, give us your phone number, and then she doesn't give us the phone number, so we just blocked her. So like she's psychotic. She's crazy. Like,
Hey, I just met
Go over
you,
your whole
and
origin
you are
story.
crazy.
my
The
whole
concern trolls.
so okay.
Like,
For
how did I
people.
meet you?
Okay, for to bring it all back to the beginning. I was in college when I started talking to Riley, over like Discord, and
Ew, Snapchat. We
Snapchat.
met through Discord. We did not talk on Discord.
Oh, we didn't. Okay.
Who talks on Discord?
Fuck.
Okay, we talked on Snapchat, and then we, like, it was Christmas break was coming up, and he invited me to, he invited me to come to Idaho for like $40 and to like let me have like sex.
Actually,
with him.
specifically what he offered was, as the B-52s specifically mentioned in their song Private Idaho, he offered to mint salad for $40 her own private Idaho. I happen
don't know
to
what that
also
reference
live in the
is.
private Idaho.
I don't know. What that
I
reference
cooked,
is. Oh.
and Mint did the dishes.
Anyways,
And
so,
she paid.
Okay, I'm trying to finish the story here. And I didn't want, like, I had recently, like, broken up with, like, my boyfriend at the time through,
Shout out to John Breaks Bad News.
okay, anyways, so they, like, upon hearing that I was in Idaho, were freaking out and trying to, like, get in contact with me, basically saying that, like, oh, you have to come back now, you stole the car, and,
What car?
like, they had let me use one of their cars, like, when I was in college, so they're talking about that car, and they said I stole it, so I didn't drive it, I didn't drive it after that point, and then, they were like, oh, bring it back, please, and it's not a good idea if they have it reported stolen, so, they just basically cut me out of their life, and I That's not a good way to explain it. I don't know how to move forward.
Which stage are you at? You've already left to Idaho.
The stage I'm at is I already am, like, I'm with Riley now.
Yeah.
And then they've basically cut, like, oh, if you
cut
don't come
you
back, yeah, they cut me off. If you
But
don't
then
come
they
back.
continued to beg you to come back.
Yes. They continue to, like, over, like, the year, over, like, the next, like, 2020, like, they would, like, occasionally be like, oh, come back, we miss you, like, with, different accounts that they've, like, would create, and then I'd have to, like, block them, and, yeah, that's just been happening now.
Amazing.
Yeah. That was rough.
Woo! Alrighty, let's catch up here on chat. They're just talking about fucking Revolutionary Girl Utna and Penguin Drum. I never finished Penguin Drum personally. I know there's some people who really like it. I got like halfway through and I was kind of losing the plot. But I'll probably give it another shot. Hey, are we about ready to build that RV?
Yeah. Like a few minutes.
Sick. If anybody wants a rant on this stream from me or from Mint Salad, give $15 in a super chat and we will rant about anything you want.
Go ahead and talk about some animation stuff, some of the stuff you're doing, the anime you're working on. That'd be a good topic.
Me or Mint?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Correct.
And what do you mean? You and Mint. It's your anime.
Sorry, I was just checking the email to make sure I didn't have any PayPals in there, since I have my own phone now. But yeah, we
You
are
have
working
your own
on an
phone?
anime
When
called...
did you buy your own phone?
Oh my god.
Only today. We have an anime called Bargain Witch, which is a 7-minute first episode pilot that's written and storyboarded by me. I'm extremely happy with it. I gave it to Mint and she adapted those storyboards to screen and I was extremely happy with that. So we're in like finishing animation stages already because like the whole thing is there.
Where would you quantify extremely happy?
Like on a scale? Like what do you mean?
Whatever scale you feel comfortable quantifying it on.
Extremely
Like 1
happy
to
is
10?
above regular happy?
That's a scale, yeah.
Yeah.
Use 1 to 10.
Well,
Or
I mean, I don't know. It's not complete yet. I'm not going to give it a score based on where it's at.
I'm going to give it
I'm
a 15
10 out of 10
out of 10.
in happiness with where it is at. That is for sure. But yeah, I am a big fan of my own work. Haha. The plan is to release the first episode as a pilot, and then there will be, a Kickstarter to fund the rest of a first 5-episode season if the first episode is successful. So
The characters are fun to draw.
I'm really
For
glad
sure.
that you like drawing the characters, and you can kind of get a glimpse of the art style with the thumbnail that you drew for the lecture, which
and
I'm
your
also,
profile pictures.
Yeah, I've updated it on Twitter so far, but yeah, my profile picture on Twitter is of me, the Golden Witch, looking kind of like how the Bargain Witch looks in Bargain Witch. It's basically our take on witches.
Yeah. Anime witches, to be specific.
Anime witch.
I just copied your art style.
I'm
Yeah,
really
anime.
glad that I consider myself to be a novice artist. So the fact that you could take what I do and make it look good is very gratifying to know that you can find all the good things in my design and then draw it well.
Yeah. Copying art is fun.
We got an Australian $20 from Fanfic Crocs. It says, "Can you please praise or crap on the podcast Trash Taste? Good work. Also, what's going on with the pub crawl?" Trash Taste is ill. It's like the biggest anime podcast there is, and they did it the exact right way to do it, which is to talk about broad topics. And like it's like the highest level of what you could do with an anime podcast. So I am looking forward to working with them sometime. Yeah, there's glass ceilings, but
who knows what could come
next to Trixie the Golden Witch, of course. I mean, Trash Taste has got to be my favorite anime content on the internet.
As for what's going on with the pub crawl, there has been no speak of pub. I had actually recorded a second return episode like a month after the first return episode that I ended up just throwing away because it became irrelevant by the time I was going to edit it. But yeah, I mean, whether or not there's a pub crawl really depends on me and Cider and Fern all being like, oh, my life is settled enough to do an errant, drunken talk with my friends that we put on the internet. So
is there any other way to talk to your friends?
Yes, I'm done with doing it that way for the most part. That I ruined a lot of my life by only talking with friends in public forums on podcasts. So I'm gonna move away from that direction and try to talk to people in real life where they are reasonable and where there's not an audience of people who will remember everything you said forever and judge you based on things that you said 4 years ago in a casual conversation with your friends at a podcast. Like, T-Man $20 says, rant about the commentary community and that hot mess. I don't watch a lot of commentary channels for the reason of, as you said, they are a hot mess. Like, so much of it is just people, like, basically saying, haha, look at these people, we're better than them. Like, it's...
For Borderlands 3 commentary, I really like Jolt's Dude and Killer 6.
I assume that when they talk about commentary, they mean people who comment on other people. Because that seems to be like what is like the Keemstar types
My bad.
and stuff.
Sorry.
Like Leafy and all that. Like
Leafy's Leafy's CS:GO knife runs are really cool. I mean he's got some great footage and he's really funny.
I generally find it uncomfortable the way that everyone looks for someone that they think they can justify like bullying in public and like it's not that I don't think that some of the targets are deserving or whatever, because oftentimes they make a good case. It's just like the nature of society to be looking for people to laugh at. Like, we have to find them, and like sometimes it can have a good effect where maybe it changes that person or they get involved in the conversation. Sometimes it has the backlash of like people getting sued and all kinds of shit like that, where like it really drags, like those people come to be recognized for what assholes they truly are, but it doesn't benefit anybody. It just like their assholery is just unleashed onto the world. So I don't know. I guess I can't give very much of a nuanced take on this because I haven't seen a ton of commentary channels, but to me,
who's your favorite commentary channel?
I don't know that I have one. Like, I mean, iDubbbz is funny. Like, I like his videos. So if that counts, then I'd probably pick him, and that's because he goes out of his way to like script it and edit it and make a coherent point. But like, even with iDubbbz, I think there's a danger of like, I've seen people like Mumkey who really look up to iDubbbz, but take the mentality to a level of like, everybody has to be held to account at all times for everything they do. I guess that's what it is that people look for targets so that the concept of commentary can exist. This is the same thing on Twitter of like, people looking for victims to like concern troll or just blast with like quote tweets and shit.
Some guy on Twitter just goes, "Whoa, you don't like Gordon Ramsay's garlic herb butter steak? Are you even a chef?"
Yeah.
Just, kind of
exactly.
Thing. Or, "You like well done steak? Do you even eat steak?" Just some examples.
Yeah. So, like,
you can eat steak any way you want, and it's correct.
I think that it's the mentality of people who are searching for things to criticize, as opposed to, like, with iDubbbz doing, like, a content cop, he's like, this pattern of behavior this person is under is, like, so toxic that if we don't do something about it, then, like, who knows what evil they will ring upon the world unless we all laugh at them. He's not like, I mean, Kickstarter crap could be accused of like literally just searching for things to make fun of, but it's like it's so inane, the things he's making fun of, that it's not a big deal. I guess
I don't know what you're talking about. Dayron Arias magazine is one of the hottest magazines out there. I personally subscribe to the bi-yearly magazine every year that it's available from 2012 to 2014.
It's a monthly, even though
Sorry, it's bi-weekly. My bad.
I guess just like any other art form, commentary is something that a few people can do very well, and it's good that they did. However, everyone who tried to copy them and couldn't do it the same made it a shit show. Like someone like Ethan Klein thinking that he is as smart as iDubbbz is where you get like, where commentary went awry, where people started picking targets they regretted, and he obviously corrected course on that, and
I do think
stopping
Ethan Klein
commentary
is as
to
smart
become
as iDubbbz.
I think he is he might be now.
No, I think he always has been.
I think he's had a lot of learning experiences.
Anyone with more than a million followers, even more than 250,000 subscribers, YouTube rhetoric, I think are incredibly intelligent.
That is definitely true. I should say that, like, when I'm comparing someone to iDubbbz, I'm not saying like, oh, you're of average intelligence if you're below iDubbbz. Like, it's a really smart guy, Fanfic Crocs with Australian $5 says, GW as a shorthand name, get your rear end over to Japan this year. I will definitely be trying.
No, you won't.
I will not be trying, because likely, we'll be in an RV. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Learn to set realistic goals so you can achieve them. Saying shit like that is why people think that you don't do things.
Sure.
Saying, like, oh yeah, I'll try to come to Japan this year, knowing you won't try to come to Japan this year.
Fair enough. I didn't think through it.
You should think through things.
Alejandro with $15 says, B, if the four of you were the four-man team from Yu Yu Hakusho, who would be who? Or is there an anime team you can think of that has a similar vibe to the Yig Squad?
Good question.
Oh, boy.
Good rant.
Well, for Yu Yu Hakusho, Riley would definitely be Hiei. He's Kurama.
Who's that?
Yusuke!
Yusuke!
No,
it's more like this. Like, I'm
Yusuke!
That's not Kurama.
That's Kuwabara.
That's Kuwabara.
Oh, my bad. Fuck.
How am I supposed to say Yusuke?
Mint is Kuwabara. I'm Yusuke.
Okay, that's funny.
But how am I supposed to say
maybe
Yusuke?
Maybe it makes more sense to switch. Maybe you are Yusuke and I'm Hiei. I'm not sure.
I guess I'm pretty Yusuke.
Well, because, like,
that would help your audience
Yusuke is
understand me better.
Yusuke is, like, always having to react to everything in his life, trying to fuck with them, basically. Yeah. So he's, like, just always in a state of, why do I have to deal with all this shit? And then, like,
yada,
eventually he just can deal with all the shit.
Yusuke, come on!
Wait, if she's saying Yusuke, who am I?
Yeah, you're a mish.
Yeah, it's been a minute. I'll have to rewatch it.
You are Kurama.
I've never watched it, so I'm completely
Kurama
lost.
is the
Spell it.
K-U-R.
Just Kudo. K-U-R-A-M-A.
I'm sorry, I'm dyslexic. I can't spell things at all.
Oh, I guess that's also the name of the Naruto fox.
SPELLTHINGS.
Here you go. This is Kurama.
Oh, based. I like it. Based.
He
That's
fights
so good.
with a rose whip.
No, I love it.
And
I
his mom's in the
understand
hospital
entirely.
and
That's
shit.
that's me.
He's deeply based. Also, he
Kurama!
turns into like a silver-haired demon, fucking like. I think he's like a cat demon or something. He has like cat ears.
My demon form is actually red hair.
So you would turn into normal Kurama for your demon form.
Well, yeah, Kurama would demon Kurama is me Kurama.
That makes sense. And then Hiei is he's just like pissed off all the time.
That makes sense. That's a good way to be.
But he's like, he's got the Dragon of the Darkness Flame, which is the sickest move.
What does it do?
Basically shoots a big fucking lightning dragon at you and just obliterates everything.
Is it a dark dragon?
Really, it's more the fact that when he uses the attack in the anime, the episodes like where he uses it, the animation gets really experimental, so everything just looks fucking crazy. It feels like reality is breaking and shit as he shoots this giant dragon at you, so it's just like the intensity of seeing the thing that makes it like, wow, that's the coolest shit I've ever seen.
What's the most reality-breaking anime you've ever seen?
I haven't reached the parts in JoJo that break reality. I've heard that is one of the most...
Yeah, because you haven't watched part
breaking.
5 with me, because you think it's Garbaggio!
Oh, yeah, that's right. 5 was that one.
Speaking of which, part 6 confirmed! I'm so excited. Jolene Cujo is best girl.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Stone Ocean! We're one step closer to getting Steel Ball Run. How do you feel about that?
Good.
You better. We might get the horse anime. Is there a horse anime?
There are anime with horses in them.
The JoJo one won't happen. The horse anime, they'll be really expensive.
I know. But
It'll
part
be
6
CG
got confirmed.
horses.
Like, the next part got confirmed. I'm really convinced that we might get a horse anime. Not convinced. I believe that we will get horse anime. JoJo's part 7. I read the manga. I really want to see Funny Valentine and Gyro Zappelli realized. They're both very cool characters. Johnny Joestar's cool too. Sandman is a really fun character. Or Soundman, you know. If you know, you know. And, you know, part 6 will be a lot of fun too. I mean, they reset the whole universe, so I'm at least curious to see how they will do that animated. Poochie will be a lot of fun because he goes through 3 different stands. I mean, the strings will just look cool, I hope. I mean, I'm excited. I'm really excited. Prison Break, hanging out in Miami, Weather Report, where everyone turns into snails. How can you not be excited?
Said, Trixie, Google how to tell if you are in an abusive relationship. I did, and that's why I got off the internet. Because I realized, wow, the internet is a fucking awful thing to put yourself through. Tell that to the people who made the Ava horse. That Ava horse seemed like it was probably real expensive, though.
Ava horse?
Oh, let me show you this. Damn it. Wait. I have YouTube Red now. I should be able to, like... Can't you, like, watch 2 videos at once and shit or something?
No.
Damn it. Alright.
Yo, I'm gonna ban this Hypnus guy, too.
Go for
he
it.
doesn't stop pushing me on music shit that doesn't matter. And then saying that the way I address comments is manipulative. Like, I'm just responding to the live stream comments talking to me. Fucking don't leave a comment you don't want someone to respond to. We need to do a whole
manipulative relationship.
We definitely need a comment to rules.
If you don't want a response, don't fucking comment. Because you don't get to go, oh, you responded to me. Wow, you're mad. Like, you don't get to say that type of fucking shit when you're creating...
This is for a horse racing commercial.
It's not real?
I mean,
this isn't in the show?
It's not in the show, no. But it is in a horse racing commercial.
I can't wait for Ava 5.0, where there's horses.
There should be. Put Ava Horse in the movie. Put Ava Horse in the movie. Excited for part 6, and yeah, knowing we are potentially going to see SBR adapted someday is incredibly hype. Have you read?
People need to understand, though, that we don't, like, have to sit here and listen to stuff that I wouldn't listen to in real life. That's just the short of it.
Absolutely.
And that applies to our whole group. Like, if somebody was in here talking about, like, Bird's hair looks bad, like we don't have to deal with you. We can make it less easy for you to watch the stream. We can ban you from chat. This is not behavior that is on my fault. This is behavior that other internet people get away with because they were both too pussy to do anything about it in real life. And I'm like a guy from the real world I don't have to deal with your bullshit. It's not a free speech thing. I care more about free speech than any of you fucks.
Absolutely.
I just don't care about your opinion if you have
People bringing up free speech in context like this is laughable. Absolutely laughable. Hey, GamerNation432 with $5. With your weariness of Patreon, are you planning to phase it out completely or at some point? No. How is the diversification of income going? That part's going good. I've been strongly encouraged to keep my Patreon going exactly as is because there's no real reason to like discourage people from using another payment platform if they want to. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be the case there. I love Substack, so I am going to keep pushing for people to subscribe to that as hard as I can, especially on Twitter, where my articles do pretty well. Yeah. There's also the OnlyFans. But we're going to be
What's the OnlyFans link?
Once we're on the road. OnlyFans.com/YigStudio.
Yeah.
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 There was a comment responding to the JoJo's thing that I wanted to hear again.
Have you read Part 8, Bird? If you have, may I ask your thoughts?
I've read all of Part 8 that is translated into English. It's probably been about a month or two since I've caught up, so I guess maybe not all of it, but I really enjoy it. The last thing I remember was Josuke was confronting the mother of his adopted family. It's a confusing arc, but I enjoy it. I really like the art style. I really like that the stand abilities of soft and wet. They're very interesting. I know a lot about them, despite it not all being translated into English. Like, the bubbles steal things, like eyesight. That's really cool. Also, he's dressed like a sailor boy, so is he Sailor Moon? Who knows?
I can't wait for the 3 testicle part gets an anime.
How did you know how many testicles I had?
Is there a 3 testicle part in JoJo? That's what I
assumed
he was talking about.
You're right. No, Part 8. Yeah, so in Part 8, spoiler alert. If you don't want to hear spoilers for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 8.
Don't do that on the stream, Dad. Just
Um,
it's funny.
Okay. Sorry. Well,
what do you want them to click away for, like,
just
30
mute it.
seconds?
You can mute it for just
for 10 seconds.
turn it down for a
How
bit.
are they gonna
5,
know
10
to
seconds.
move back?
I will wave my hands as soon as I'm done with spoilers. Here. Look, so when I'm done with spoilers, I'm going to do this. So, here are the spoilers. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, in Part 8, the main character is a mix of Kira Yoshikage and Josuke Higashikata, if I remember correctly. And as a result, it's an alternate universe because in Part 6, the whole world was restarted. It's a whole thing. So, yeah. I'm not going to say any more than that. Live with yourself.
Wave your hands, dude.
You didn't get to the testicles.
Well, because he's a mix of 2 people, it's balls.
Oh, okay.
They all die in the end.
It's 4. It's not 3, it's 4.
Okay, like a Krogan in Mass Effect. They got a quad. Shepard McQuad. That's how they,
Why do they call Shepard McQuad?
No, Shepard my quad. He just refers to his quad a lot. His quad testicles. So...
Is Shepard a...
Shepard's the main character.
But
so
is he a human?
Yeah.
So why do they call him McQuad?
Colin McQuad of Clan McQuad. That's why. That's a Highlander joke. What is Bird's philosophy?
I will trust you to define this.
Oh. Bird's philosophy is basically like, yo, if you're cool, we cool. That's about it, right?
I don't know. What's Bird's philosophy?
I want to cook for you. If you provide any hostility towards me, I don't want to cook for you.
Yeah.
Fucking that's wrong. I'm so hostile towards you. You cooking ass bitch.
Well, yeah,
I
sometimes...
yell at you all day.
Tell me what you want me to cook for you.
Call me by your name. Tell me what you want me to cook for you.
Mr. Sabotage CV says, TBH, people need to raise their voices more. The human species was made to use their vocal cords. I agree with
I'm having
that.
a fun little argument here for people who are reading the chat.
Call me by your name.
Being angry is not the same as being mad, first of all.
I like, Bird got these wireless earbuds that we've just been each putting one in one of our ears and listening to the same thing, and it
They're
encourages me
earpods,
to
but
talk
they're made by
louder, which is
JBL.
good because I mumble like a fucking mumbling idiot, and also I have to demand everybody scream at me. So like it's helping us all to be louder and enunciate more, which I appreciate. Because I literally have been like, I hate that I will get like self-conscious and then talk quiet or like for no reason, you know, like historically that's the way I've been, just because I had, you know, so many like self-conscious issues that I would just kind of shut down before saying something, and then it comes out as some little whimper unless I'm around. Like, the reason I can have this boisterous personality in spite of that is that, like, growing up with my mom, the way we communicated is like loud and involved.
Could you use a different adjective besides boisterous, please?
B, you didn't credit the Coven stuff on the upload?
I did.
Well, you're being accused of not doing that.
Well, that's not true. I put that there.
Where
is the comment?
That makes me mad.
Given that you claim to support smaller creators, please explain your video time which using the indie game Coven uncredited, also stolen footage from Alpha Beta Gamer channel, also uncredited. I mean, the footage is from that Alpha Beta Gamer channel. That's just footage of the game, but like it's super sped up with lyrics over it. But yeah, I credited the game. I linked to the fucking alpha in the video.
Well, you need to credit the fucking channel too.
I can do that.
Description.
But yeah, that's a weird like thing to come in like lying about, because it is definitely credited. I wouldn't even know how you would know what the hell the game was if I hadn't credited it, because it was extremely obscure. It just happened to come up when I searched for Time Witch, though. Cringe Lord with $20 says, as a networking technician, I'm always stuck between the capitalistic and libertarian idea of the internet. The principle of the internet is communication, but every component of it is privately owned. Rant about that if you can. Okay, let me read that over again to make sure I understand what you're asking.
Where's my mouse?
Okay. I think that this is going to be reversed in the near future. The fact
Reversed,
that it's all...
think I this be.
So, like, I'm a huge proponent and full of excitement for what I call Web 3.0, which is the entirely peer-to-peer
0.3
internet.
Beb.
Because there's already browsers that run entirely on peer-to-peer technology where, like, as long as anybody is hosting a seed, anybody else can view it from that person directly, and therefore, if there's, 20 people looking at a web page, then all of them are simultaneously hosting it to all of the other ones. So, like, hosting is split amongst all the people observing something, which, with modern internet speeds, makes it possible for that to work really well. And especially on, like, anything light load, like just a regular web page. So, I think that as that technology improves and people have cause to go there, like, the biggest reason that Web 3.0 isn't already a thing, because all the technology is already there. We already have the ability to, like, upload videos to things like BitChute that are, completely peer-to-peer, and stuff that's literally built on the blockchain, which that technology is not really there yet, but could be even more powerful than, like, peer-to-peer is, because then it's just totally decentralized and not reliant on, like, there being people actively streaming it. But, like, the only reason that it hasn't already happened is that consumers don't need it. Like, they are capable of just watching what is already on the websites that they are on, because Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and all that stuff will just give them however much content they need to be satisfied. The only way that, like, there won't be enough stuff on the internet to entertain people is if enough creators don't want to use it because they want to use something else. And, like, it's a difficult prospect for creators right now to leave behind, paradigms that already exist for them to make money to go try to find or, establish some whole new world. So, like, it's gonna take and the only people who are, like, actively trying are people who are kicked off of the mainstream internet, basically. But just as I think that if these corporations who own the internet, like, get to a point where they're flexing too much power, because I do think most of the Web 2.0 stuff is like gambling. Like, they threw a lot of money into stuff like Twitter, and it's like Twitter was not profitable for a very long time. It was on like a financial downward spiral, and it seems like the only thing keeping it afloat is that the like DNC pays them to exist or something. Like, there's so much obvious political money going into Twitter that like it's obvious that the ad revenue is no longer the main relevant way that it's keeping itself afloat, because it wasn't working before. And like, there aren't more people on Twitter. More people hate Twitter. So like,
I love Twitter personally.
I think that
Twitter is one of my favorite platforms.
I think that if somehow there's enough of a push that these like Web 3.0 groups can like get content creators to come out there and make stuff that can't exist on the mainstream internet, not just because it's like edgy content wise, but like, you know, because it just wouldn't be successful there, but has a reason it could be successful somewhere else. All of that is very vague and hard to define, which is why it hasn't been done yet. But you know, I'm gonna keep looking for people who are looking for the way. I definitely need to find some like peer-to-peer developers and shit to talk to.
Reap.
What are you gonna do with that?
I'm waiting for Bird to go camping.
I haven't.
Yeah, I know, you keep playing missions.
I tried to sleep and it didn't let me sleep. I was camping. I ran out of stuff to camp with.
Gonna play the mission when we can build the RV when you're camping.
Wait, look, a thing.
Great, yeah.
Serious question about the RV plan. Do any of you have mechanical skills in case it breaks down? That would be Bird.
Yep.
Bird has the mechanical skills.
I bought a power tool
I
today.
also know lots of mechanics in various states. So, and Bird, when you say things like "I bought a power tool" as a joke, that's
I
not-
did.
I know, but you don't mean that is your qualification for fixing the RV. When you make jokes
Yeah.
like that, some of the people in the audience who do not have a mental illness, but instead have a social disorder like
Yeah.
autism, are going to think that you mean you can fix the RV because you bought a power tool.
That is.
Clarify.
I
If-
did think the same thing as
If
soon as you said it.
you
I was
haven't
like,
bought
I
a
don't know if
drill,
can,
you can't fix an RV. That's my personal opinion.
Wow, that's
You need to own at least one power tool before you are eligible to fix an RV.
Insane Idiot says, Trixie, the DNC isn't the main funder of Twitter, lol. It's mainly stock investors, investment banks, and hedge funds throwing money on it because of its giant market share. I mean, it's all kinds of people. There's definitely a lot of people throwing money into Twitter for different reasons.
Like me,
Sometimes
because I
platforms are
love
just,
Twitter.
Like, real useful to use. There's
Yeah.
not some like big secret plot.
Yeah. I mean,
Fucking, you know who buys more Twitter ads? Probably annoying woke people. With,
Yes.
like activism campaigns going on.
they're
That's
literally
probably
like...
why Twitter caters to the left and not the right, where they don't believe in grifting or activism. The right's probably not getting a lot of fucking Twitter
Oh.
ad rev going.
How did I do
Right.
that? Okay.
You know?
I think, yeah, like, people underestimate how many different, like, I say something like the DNC, which is like a very specific group,
Right.
but
you made a
like,
mistake by
I
saying
should
that
be
they're-
saying just like Democrats, period. Like people, like you
Well,
said, all those
maybe
different
not
organizations.
Anyone who has a
That's
political
party.
opinion.
What's the?
What do you mean?
Well, you were saying like it wouldn't be people on the right.
It'd
It would
probably
be
people on an ideological left side.
yeah.
That's not saying a political party out loud
Okay.
and thinking I'm talking about the left. If you
Right.
don't know the difference between Democrat, liberal, and leftist, then you shouldn't talk about it at all.
I just
start answering
consider
questions
them.
with non-answers. Go, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
I shouldn't answer you.
Fair
You know
enough.
what I mean?
Let's see here. What game is this? This is Red Dead Redemption 2, my friend.
It's actually a wagon stealer too, but I haven't found a wagon for quite a while. I'm bad at finding wagons. I'm great at camping, though.
Bird is the Alfred to Trixie's Batgirl.
What?
Sure.
Sure, yeah.
Wait a minute, where's the part where I get shot in the hip?
I would...
In the hip?
Is it, or back?
It's... Yo, I found a wagon. Hold up, guys.
Shot in the spine.
Yay.
I got a wagon, also known as a recreational vehicle. I'm gonna steal it. The horse is there, okay?
Hey everybody, did you know that we're doing rants for $15 super chats on this stream? Because I did. And also, we're gonna be building an RV right here in the living room very soon, after Ari camps.
There's a witness. I've got to run him over. What is going on?
Man, you're great at that.
I'm very good at driving carriages. See?
Oh my god.
No, everything's
great
fine.
at that.
The horse is fine. The carriage is fine. Leave me alone.
The cops are coming.
No, they're not. They haven't reported the crime yet.
Witness to murder.
They've witnessed it. They haven't reported it.
They had investigated it.
Wait, that's the person.
Bam bam. Bam.
Cringe Lord with $5 says, thanks for the thought out answer. Take another $5. Wish you the best. Since this makes 25, I'll make a request.
All right,
Convince
no
me
more
to watch
witnesses.
K-On! In 10 words. Ooh, 10 words.
Hang on.
Try to make
I've got my
it
counter
last
ready.
video. Like,
There's another witness, so I've got my counter ready. You've got 10 words.
Hold on.
1, 2. Just kidding. She still has 10 words.
wow.
The power of friendship compels you to watch K-On!
K-On! Now.
Is K on 1?
Now. I mean, yeah, it can be considered one or two
it's
words.
not
It's like
two
a,
words.
it's like a conjunction
There is
word.
a hyphen, it's not two words.
Okay.
Fuck. I'm a writer. It says. Bird, are you camping yet? Just go park
It's-
that
You're
bitch
great at
somewhere
carping-
pretty, and then go
I'm
trade.
making sure no witnesses have been witnessed to my carriage stealing.
Just run away.
But what if I
Just
make
run
sure they
away.
haven't seen? Oh, it was reported.
Yeah,
I'm
they
running
already
away.
reported it. Now you gotta run away.
Let us go, horsies.
Question to all besides B. What's your favorite anime?
K.
Mint?
Man, I'm not. Probably Orin, the Orin.
Orin High School Host Club.
Yes, that.
That's your favorite anime?
It's very good.
It's the
I
only
haven't
one
even-
I've like completed to, which means I like it. I don't
Imagine,
complete things I
imagine
don't like.
watching an anime.
Yeah, we dropped Ava because it's bad.
After episode 5, I really enjoy Ava. Actually,
Evangelion sucks for 5 episodes.
What's
and
the
I
best
don't-
girl's
I
name?
don't care.
Asuka?
no.
Ray?
No.
Misato?
The angel.
Oh, Ramiel.
Ramiel.
Of course.
Ramiel is
How could
best
I
girl.
not know
After
you?
episode 5, best girl comes in, and I mean, have you seen the edits of Ramiel running with toast in her mouth? If you haven't, you're missing out.
Oh my god, Bird.
What? The horses are fine. I'm fine. Leave me
Riley,
Why
alone.
are
what-
you like this?
What's your
It's fine.
What's your favorite anime, Riley?
Either it's a 4-way media tie on
I love
my
it.
favorite like Japanese media. I don't want to say I have a favorite anime because what I have is I have 2 favorite mangas: Death Note and
Bakuman?
Bakuman. Yeah. So the Death Note anime is my favorite anime, but that's hyphen tied with the Hunter x Hunter and Yu Yu Hakusho shows. I guess I just like the 2 creative teams that
Yeah.
made those 4 things.
I really
That's
like
the
the
best way to
Death
answer.
Note anime Netflix movie.
Oh.
God, that's a cringy thing to say.
I love it.
Why?
It's
The
done
best
well.
theater ever. Is that what you're you're
So bad.
It's Kino.
It's Kino. Oh, God.
Has anyone read the book Brave New World? That's basically the world in about 15 years. I mean, like, it's a little absurd, and it's kind of couched in, like, expectations of
No, but
of a
I
bygone
have just
era, but it is a
purchased
fun
it on
book.
Amazon.
I really enjoy the first third a lot, where they're just describing the bizarre made-up society that it takes place in. I would say that once it becomes like an actual story, it's kind of generic and not as interesting, but like it's kind of
once it
inevitable
gets
a lot
into
of
the
time.
actual point of the book, it becomes not as
I would say
interesting
the
and
story
boring.
was not the point of the book. It was like an excuse to write the book in that case, because it's like there's so many ideas of the world building, and the book's only like 150 pages. It really feels like like this dude just really wanted to well, it was based on a British dude's trip to America, where he realized like it was just this insane culture of excess. So it really wasn't even meant to necessarily be like futuristic so much as like this is literally what America's like, but like exaggerated to the extreme, It's more of a commentary, if you will.
Oh my God.
I'm camping.
You're camping. Does this mean you get to build the RV now?
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Make sure the screen looks all cinematic. This is the most cinematic game in the world. You don't gotta leave it on your video game shot. Yeah, there you go. That's pretty.
Look at my back, or rather Arthur Morgan's.
Alright, this works actually.
Alright, I've got to move a few things very soon. So we're going to be building, may I see the box? It's fine. We're going to be building Lego set 60283,
Oh my God,
also
we're
known
doing
as our personal RV that we just purchased. This is what we will be moving into. I'm very excited. It looks very roomy. I can't wait to put it
Right.
together.
Should I make us bigger on the screen?
Well,
Yes.
excuse
That's
me.
smart. This part's more.
I'm wearing a cowboy hat.
You've said that on screen twice.
Yeah.
Do you just want to be acknowledged for wearing it?
Yes.
And
I'm wearing a cowboy hat.
It's just fun to say. I mean...
More importantly, favorite vidya. I am a huge stan of the Soulsborne franchise and the Legend of Zelda franchise, so if it's got Dark Souls or Bloodborne or Zelda in the title, very likely to be one of my favorite games. Also Mass Effect, but that's more for the story than the gameplay. I've yet to play a video game with a more interesting story than Mass Effect, so I'm hoping to find one eventually. I know that supposedly, I know there's a lot of like games with significantly less active gameplay than Mass Effect that are supposed to have better stories. It just takes the courage to sit down and read text all day and click with a mouse. I bought Alan Moore's Jerusalem thinking it's a comic, not realizing it's a 1,300-page novel without pictures. Jesus. That is a lot of pages.
someone should ask who runs the new Digibro Twitter. Yeah, that's so funny. When you got rid of your old Twitter handle, Digibro, you didn't park it because you're fucking stupid.
What does parking it mean?
Like, putting an alt on your fucking handle.
Oh.
Because your handle is linked to a bunch of different shit.
I never
Some
even
random schizo has Digibro
thought of
now
that
and
idea.
uses it. Yeah, because you didn't ask me. You need to ask me before you make decisions like nuking all your videos and changing your channel name.
Sure.
Hey, can I wear this hat on
in the
stream?
future. Yeah.
Thanks.
I mean, there's no way I would have told you I was going to do that, or anybody, because then everybody would have stopped me, and I really wanted to do it.
Well,
Excuse me, friends.
you shouldn't have, but we cope now. You cope while I see you, pal.
Absolutely.
I will also
Yeah,
be
like,
You and
seated.
everybody
You
else.
should have parked your fucking app.
That I should have done for
Anybody
sure.
will tell you to do that. I still have at see you next time.
Yeah, I just never even knew that was a concept. Like
I still have that.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't, it would still be talked about.
Hey, can we switch to OBS real quick just to see how well we can get a view of me building a Lego set?
Hi.
Just make it take up the whole screen.
Hello.
Sure.
It can't be like.
It's fine. It's fine.
Wait, yes it can. Never
Yes, it
mind.
can.
Cool.
Today we learned how cameras work before we build our RV.
I look fucking hella good right now. I'm very happy.
Good night, Dylan.
Now remember, the first thing you should do with anything you buy is read the instructions. Wow.
Oh my god. It's
Two of
Oh,
I'm sorry,
you guys
rather.
both have hats and I don't. And people are saying I need a hat.
You need a hat. Go get a hat.
Go get it.
So, most of the components have come in 2 of these separate bags, but this component specifically, a very large Lego flat block, was just in the box. I wonder, let's find out if either of the bags are broken, and that was a mistake. That one seems to be unbroken. That one also seems to be unbroken. There might be something else in this box. Oh, there it was. Wow, another very long Lego. These both seem like they could have fit in these. Yeah, they could. Chat. These are 2 Lego pieces. This is a bag. Tell me right now that these 2 Lego pieces could not fit in this bag. Why did they not fit in this bag? Why were they all by themselves in a Lego box in our brand new RV that we're going to move into? It's just, it's really careless behavior by the manufacturer. That's all I have to say about it.
Isn't it just like, well, I don't know. We gotta see the manual first.
So, just to be clear, this is Lego City set number 60283, in case any of you would like to get an RV with us. I've got to flip a few of the pages to figure out what it is I'm doing. Oh, it wants me to put the people together first. I don't know that I like that.
Oh yeah, so it's just the top of it.
Yeah, I want to put the RV together. Okay, here we go.
Do it more. Follow the instructions. Come on.
I don't need instructions to put people together. I need instructions to put the RV together. Alright, so our first step is this very long piece that was left all by itself in the box. Rest in peace. It was very lonely. We're going to make it less lonely now. So we're looking for, yeah, 2 pieces, a 2x2 with a little hinge on it. Oh wow, look at that. There's little bags inside the bag. Isn't that neat? Here, look in here. Hey, B.
Hey,
So what we're doing right now,
foundation.
we're building Legos. We're looking for these 2 pieces. These 2 pieces, they're 2x2s. They've got.
You guys might want to turn the mic the fuck down. Like, I don't know.
I'm moving farther away.
Someone should be reading the chat.
You have the thing.
See this shit. People saying speaking, you need a limiter. Come on. You're professional.
Who, me?
You.
Yeah.
Y'all are all professionals. You're all doing it right now.
I'm a professional person.
Birds fucking ripping bags open with loud Legos in front of a peeping mic.
Yeah, do that like when you play with the.
No,
Do that all
it's
away
yours,
from the
it's
microphone.
yours.
No, you can't have that near a microphone. Like it just can't be. Near.
I'm building Legos.
I know. I'm just
How
saying.
dare you question my actions?
Can't do it. Here we go.
Did you find
So,
pieces?
I found the pieces.
Okay.
So, B, oh, I love your hat. That's a very cute hat.
Thank you.
friends, people, non-people, cats, dogs, ferrets, marmosets, orangutans that are here on the stream with us tonight. Anything in between.
Yo, we're gonna take a couple callers around midnight. It's like around 1 a.m. EST. That's like 20 minutes from now. We'll think about setting up callers.
Okie doke.
But just so people can join the Void Gazes.
Also, Illusion with 200 check says,
$10.
Rant about how YouTube pushed subscriptions as a meaningless measure of success and how gay it is for people to measure their internet dicks with it and other social media metrics. I mean, I agree. I think subscriptions worked as a model at a time where, like, everybody was trying to make really formulated content, or YouTube wanted people to make formulated content, so they would just, like, watch endless amounts of it. Like, people tend to fall into a rhythm of, like, they find something and then they just want to see everything like it within that week, and then follow it forever. And, like, yeah, it basically turned YouTube culturally into, like, one homogenized mass of video type that it had not been before that. And so we're pushing up against it by just being like, hey, we don't need you to subscribe. We just need you to watch the videos that you're going to enjoy. You know, come back to the channel and check like you used to do back when the internet was good.
Think of us more as a TV channel with time slots.
Also, the thing I was mentioning before, this hood was worn when I was in the womb in Europe. This hood goes to a very nice, very warm thermal jacket that my father wore trekking across Europe in hostels, in tents, in all kinds of stuff.
Incredible.
I've been to Europe.
Did you lose a piece?
Maybe. No.
Okay.
I don't lose Lego pieces. I need one more. Thanks. Just a quick update. We're on step number 4, and what we've done so far, we've added these two pieces onto this small piece. We've added this blue piece, this gray piece, and this red piece, with 2 more of these pieces here. I believe these 2 pieces here will become the wheels eventually.
Valtiel1493 said, I'm gonna go get a hat too. I appreciate the participation.
You should all wear a hat. Hats are cool. So the next step we have, we're going to take this 4x1 red piece. We're going to put it right here, like that. Then we're going to take this, sorry, I'm bad at math, 2x6 gray piece, and we're going to snap it on just in the middle where it would go. Check it out. This is what it should look like at step number 6. And step number 6 specifies that we should flip it upside down.
Is that a transparent piece?
Yeah, it's a transparent orange or red piece. Oh, it might be in here.
Yeah, I see it.
Cool. We have now sorted out all bag-related issues. May I ask, what do you think about your hat?
I'm trying to get a little bit more visible.
It looks very witchy. I like it.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, this is a good Fire Witch robe hat type.
Thank you. All right, so we've got, in step 6, our one piece that we're going to put on the end right here. There are 2 red pieces. We're going to put it on this end where the 2 red pieces, the 1 black piece and the 1 gray piece on the end are. We're going to put it on the end of the gray piece in the middle, corresponding with the very long light gray piece. And then we're going to add, I need to see them before I say what they, 2 2x2s and 2 1x8s.
Don't worry, we'll only make the chat listen to Bird meticulously build this for a few minutes. Setting up a calling session.
The 1x8s are going on the edges here. What if someone buys this and needs to know how it's built? So we put the 2 1x8s right here on the very outer edges.
Do you care to share how much weight you lost? Yes. At the heaviest I ever was, I was like 190.
There's also this.
I was probably like 185 before I started making a concerted effort to lose weight last spring. So in the last year, I've lost 50 pounds. Actually, no. I'm like 130 right now, and I'd gotten down to 125, but I started to think that was getting like a little too skinny, so I evened myself out to 130.
Find them.
There was a point where people started telling me, you don't have to lose too much weight.
Actually,
and I was like, all right,
no.
I understand.
Find the one that looks like this without a little blue.
I don't know what you're talking about. I just don't know where it is.
Could be in there. Ladies and gentlemen.
That is so right. Comments should have likes and dislikes. Wait, they do.
Diron's a genius.
Wait, don't they?
No,
Diron is a
they
genius.
don't public dislikes.
Oh, yeah, they don't.
Dislike, it doesn't show us
Yeah, they don't list the dislikes. They definitely should.
Reddit does
Oh,
have
I
a
see
good
them
comment
now.
section,
Weird.
like how upvotes and downvotes work.
Yeah.
If you say some dumb shit and your ratio hides it,
Yeah.
that's usually helpful.
And then after
I
that,
like that
I
about
need
Reddit.
this
There you go.
long yellow boy.
Long yellow boy.
Alright, so we've added the two 1x8s right here and right here on the very outer edges of our frame for the RV. We're going to take the bottom part where we've previously placed the transparent red part. We're going to take two of the white 2x2s. We're going to put them in the spaces that are available left to us. And then we're going to move on to the very long yellow piece that goes, we're going to flip it around. We're going to flip it around to the part that looks like Legos again. We're going to put the first set of the 2x1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's a 2x10. We're going to take the 2x10. We're going to clip it on right here on the edge here. So it's matching with the gray piece we've done. There's going to be quite a bit left. And we're going to build the rest of the RV from there. Next up, step 9, we've got two transparent blue pieces and one, I can't tell if it's transparent to be honest with you, but a yellow piece.
YouTube is planning to like start not showing people how many dislikes are even on videos.
No, that's...
There are likes and dislikes, you know, on videos. I'm not worried about dislike bombing.
We've added a gray piece here.
I don't care. It's engagement.
And now, at the front of the yellow piece, we're adding one of the blue marks. And at the... So, we've added a gray mark here. We're going to add right in front of that another blue 2x1. There you go.
11... Or one that.
Step
Net
10.
1340 says, I like Bird. Seems like a good person.
Thank you. So for step 10, we're going to add right in front of where we've added the very long yellow piece with the blue piece added on top of it. We're going to put on a 2x6, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A 2x6 that's a little bit larger than the rest of them. And it's going to raise just a little bit above the blue one.
Shout out to Mike Hunt remembering when there was a 5-star rating on YouTube.
Who was the one who complimented me?
That was a real thing.
Yeah, that was the whole thing.
We need a transparent green.
Net 1340 was the one who complimented
Thanks,
you.
Who was it?
Net 1340.
Net 1340. Thank you. If we ever meet, I'll make you a chicken. So, for step 11, we've put one 1x2 green with one 1x2 blue.
Z-Cruster
and we're going to put it on the front.
You actually do it into the mic so they can hear the clicking together.
Sure, I understand. I hope that was satisfactory. For step 12, we're going to... Wow, what a... Give me the one that says 1 first. You gave me the one that says 2 first.
Lego set is 5+.
What?
You can see here
the specific number, it's Lego City 60283. There should be another one of these yellow ones that's just by itself.
That's not what that means.
Okay.
That
yeah,
means
sorry guys. I'm young enough to not understand Legos. So, we've gone this far so far. I'm not going to put it up to the mic just yet because we're not listening to things. We're at step number 12. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put this piece, which is a yellow 2x4 with a 1x2 attached to it, and a green 2x4 attached to it. We're going to take that, and we're going to, and on the mic for you beautiful people.
Such as Net1340, who said, "That sounds lovely. I'll happily enjoy your chicken." Smiley face.
Beautiful. We're going to connect it, and now we're on step number 13, where I need 2 yellow pieces.
Retanya says, "I'll make you a chicken. Bird stand powers to manifest any bird out of thin air."
I can manifest anything I want.
If only someone had done art of us with stands.
Yeah, if only. If only we had an artist to do art of us with stands. That'd be amazing.
Mike
so
said 5 people living in an RV, that's a lot of farts. Well, there's only 4, and 2 of us are girls, and we don't fart.
You don't know the power of my farts. Anyway, so we're on step number 13. This, it also does have that which is pretty big. I've got my own door. I've got my own window. Like
that's like a flex. Like,
I have my own GPS system. I have my own thing. I bought. Where am I? Yeah, I bought.
Remember not to talk about any specifics or,
I was gonna talk about my headphones next. Well, cause I've got wireless. Yeah.
Talk about identifiable things.
We have a GPS and a screen so that I can see where I'm going on the GPS. But besides that, like, there's going to be a stereo. We're going to hang up soundproofing between the driver's cab and everything else. I'll be able to listen to whatever I want, even if we'll just be bumping shit all the time. It'll be a great time rocking up and down the studio. Anyway.
Bird, do you need water?
I would love some water, but I want to go back to building Legos. So, next, we're on step number 13. We have these odd pieces here, which are... I don't even know how to describe them. They're 1x2s, but they've got sides here that are open. They've got the open things instead of the closed things that these ones do. So, we're going to put these with the closed side up on the farthest away.
Shout out to Retanya, who said, "Sick and nasty farts," because "sick nasty farts" was one of my very short-lived catchphrases that you can hear at the end of The Bunker on Gay and Dead.
The best farts you can get are sick and nasty.
Good RVs have way better air circulation than like cars or houses, both.
Yeah.
Like the air circulation is gonna be crazy. Man, why'd you do that?
Do what?
Why'd you just not grab it? This whole cutting corners shit, it's not gonna fly. Go get him some, like a cup of water.
Okay.
Next, we're going to take 2 of these slightly diagonal pieces. There's 1x1 that is straight and flat, and then it goes 2x2 on the top here. And we're going to take each of them. We have 2 of them.
To Mike Hunt asking, "Are you selling off your anime DVDs and manga for space in the RV?" Probably some, but we're going to try to take as much with us as possible. That's the more important stuff, honestly.
Do you expect us to not be in national parks watching Ghost in the Shell? And Rurouni Kenshin?
Yeah, the Blu-rays are going to come in very... I'm going to finally watch anime, because we have a TV, so I will say this. One of the external panels of the RV flips up, and we have a flat screen TV outside that we can like throw the awning up over too.
We can set up a campfire. We can have a TV.
Right, and just watch
we can,
DVDs.
Dude. It just clicked in my mind. We can have a campfire and watch The Rifleman.
Yep.
We can watch westerns.
Westerns in the West.
At a campfire.
Yep.
That's epic.
It's gonna be great.
Y'all, we're gonna get some really good fireside chats. That's all I'm saying. Thank you.
Alright, where are we at?
We're at the same place we were. Oh, I see. So I put them on backwards. Ladies and gentlemen, we're still at step number 13 for Lego number...
It says, "Bird should be one of those guys that describes a movie in detail for the blind."
I would love to do that. Anyway, we're at step number 13 for Lego City number 60283. And we're taking these 2 pieces. On the top, they're straightforward pieces. They don't have any holes in them. And then on the sides, they've got 2 little holes in them. So, we're going to take those pieces. We're going to face the hollowed out holes towards the back. I had previously faced them incorrectly. Now that we've done that correctly, we're going to move on to step number 14. Step number 14, you take these two pieces. This kind of slanted piece on the bottom, it's a 1x1. On the top, it's a 2x2. We're going to... Man, metal noises are great, aren't they? We're going to take those, and we're going to put them on the outer left and outer right of the two pieces. So, here. Wow, that was incredibly ineffective.
I also will remind the chat that even while we are building the RV, you can super chat $15 if you want to get a rant from me or from Mint Salad. Some people like asking her things.
It's funny to see her try to answer. She's being really like closed off and bitchy, kind of really bitchy tonight.
Hold down V until it goes on to thing.
So
what are you asking for?
Make it go into cinematic mode. Hold on V.
Hold
very high.
No, you're not.
So, returning back to the Lego, which is the only thing people care about, we have now gotten to step number 14, where we've put on the two 1x on the bottoms, 1x1 on the bottoms, 2x1 on the tops. Wait, I need to see that real quick.
Alright, just holding V.
And then where did I put this?
It's right here. In between the two, at the top.
So,
it's not working holding V.
Then run around. Have fun with the game, honey. So, you're telling me on step number 14 what I have to do. Okay, I see. So on step number 14, you've put the two pieces right here. On the very back, next to the connection that looks like a trailer hitch, you're going to put the translucent red piece right there. And I feel like that wasn't close enough to the mic, so I'm going to amend that, ladies and gentlemen.
Super Duper said, thanks for the years of analysis. You've been a huge inspiration and have shown me some of my favorite art. Currently watching Steins Gate because of your recommendation. What is your favorite book? House of Leaves by Mark Z. Danielewski. It's fucking awesome. It's a book where you have to, like, move the book physically in reality. It's not a book you can read online very easily. That was all. You can keep RV.
I see. So for step number 15, we need two white pieces that look like wheel wells. Two white wheel wells that I can see right here. We are going to attach them on the back side right here. They are 2x2s with wheel wells attached to them. We're going to attach the 2s that have a little overhang right here so that they are 2x2 reaching down right here, but they are not reaching down right here, so you can fit wheels in them, I assume, later in the process. Now we've got what looks like kind of a drag car, but I know will be an RV, and I'm excited to move into. After that, we're going to add two more of these pieces right here. I've just got to find them real quick.
I'm very happy that like we haven't really lost any viewers since you've been building this Lego kit.
Legos are awesome. I mean, honestly,
Very
if you
entertaining
like,
Lego maker.
Legos are better than therapy.
Your
So-
voice is better than therapy, I think, is part of the
Now we're at the point on. Sorry, my Lego set just fell. On Lego City number
It's close to the
60283.
microphone. I have
Sorry.
it at the distance I want it.
Step number 16, we're going to take it. There are these two red pieces right here. We're going to take these 2x2 at the tops, 1x1 at the bottom. We're going to connect them to the red pieces right here. There's one. Here's the other.
I have not gotten any further into Infinite Jest. I pretty much read as much as I don't really.
That
have
is
a-
on my list after I read Grant.
I don't have a like giant interest in finishing that book necessarily because it's extremely
Two of
long and I
those,
don't
two of
see
these.
myself sitting down to do it anytime soon. But maybe one day. Bird plus Lego equals peak content, says Retanya.
Legos are
Beak
awesome.
content, they corrected themselves.
Beak content? I love it. I appreciate puns. Make as many puns as you'd like in the chat comment.
Echo Chamber Show says, House of Leaves, let's go. My favorite book, too. I keep ending up with new copies. They just manifest in my house. That seems like something that book would do.
All right, just to pause real quick. We're on step number 17 now. We're going to add 2 1x6s and 2 more of the 1x1s. Oh, that's okay. I found it. 2 more of the 2x1s at the top. 1x1s at the bottom. So, step 17, we're going to put...
Explaining step 17, B, so grab the collars.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Chamber is ready to go.
Just a quick clarification, everyone who's watching. I had put on these ones incorrectly because, you know, that's how it goes. Legos are kind of hard to do on the first time.
Be sure to keep the Discord off screen. You may as well close Red Dead right now.
Yeah, I mean, all that's on screen right now is us.
So,
I'm just saying, make sure you keep
there is no reason.
you want the empty holes facing towards these, and you want to add the 1x6s facing down towards here. Then you want to add another one of these right here on the other side, so you kind of form a little, what would you call this shape?
Which one? The little arch?
This right here.
Oh.
Wait, if you have to turn audio on,
Like...
turn off.
Anyway, so you form this little arch right here. It's kind of a whole thing. We're at step number 18 now. We are at step number 18. So this is what it looks like at step number 18. We've got half of the wheel wells on. We've got a lot of, I assume, the infrastructure on. I'm really excited personally to move into this. Then,
This is the RV.
this is the RV. This is the RV we're moving into so far. I'm building it here in our living room. So, there should be 2 spaces left, right here and right here. You're going to take the other 2 wheel wells and you're going to snap them on. And I'll move it towards the mic.
want to be in recording.
I'm a visual learner, so I kind of...
I want to be in recording, right?
You want to be wherever all the people are.
There's people in here, so... Wait,
Give me 1 sec.
I can't believe the questions I get sometimes.
Yeah,
I am not a Discord expert.
What do you mean?
I'm not a Discord expert.
What about this you have to be an expert of?
I don't know. I'm watching him do it, and he's not gotten any farther than I have, so I don't know what kind of expertise is required.
Live chat that,
Oh.
Jesus.
Oh, that's the issue. I see.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Have you ever not clicked on a Discord link? Okay.
Now unmute Echo Chamber.
Echo Chamber, you're up. You're going to be unmuted. B.
Yep.
To do that, you right-click on someone's name and you click on server mute.
Actually, I'll do all that.
All right. So now we're on step 19 and 20. Give me all the pieces. We'll take them all.
That's what I'm doing.
Do I sound like a robot with this country-ass internet?
Hold up. Yo. I should be able to hear you now. Echo, you there?
Yo, do I
you
sound
hear us?
awful? Yeah, do I sound awful with this country internet?
Hold up. Yeah, okay. I can hear you. You're just real quiet.
Oh, that's just Bluetooth. It's either that or I sound terrible. I sound terrible either way.
Yeah, it's all good. We can hear you now.
Uh,
What is up?
Yo, I'm watching you guys build an RV wearing funny hats. It's kind of sick.
What do you think of my hat?
I love I've got the same exact hat.
It's Mad Bomber, right? Mad Bomber is a great brand. All right, we're at
I
step...
got the same exact style of hat right now.
If I could interrupt you for just a moment, Echo Chamber. We're at step number 19 now. I've got all the pieces to assemble step number 19. Here we go. We're going to take 2 1x4s, and we're going to put them... I'm just holding it up next to the diagram, just so I'm absolutely sure this time, so there are no more... you know, little mess ups by the Birdman.
You're already messing up. It's backwards.
You just knocked something off. You can't tell me I'm messing up on things.
Yeah, but you are.
Yeah, but you are.
Yeah, you know what? I've already messed up.
Drive the RV backwards also, 'cause
I'm a great driver. I'm not good at putting Legos together. You.
Well, it's for ages 5 and up, so it's far outside of your age class.
Alright.
It's
So,
hard for you to be good at it.
now that I've got the RV corrected in the right space, we're going to start with a 1x4 at the bottom right corner as I disassemble the rest of the RV.
Hey, at what point are you gonna use that new drill to put this RV together? Where'd you gonna put
You know, pretty soon at this
Grab
point.
the power tool, let's go.
Go get the power tool.
Link salad,
power tool.
I don't know where it is. Do you know?
I see.
But I'm closer up than you are.
Well, that's never a deciding factor of who does something. Why do people do that? Like, oh, I'm closer to it. Like,
What?
that doesn't make you better for doing
doing?
it. That just makes you closer to it.
Hold on, Bird.
No, I just know what I'm doing, that's
No,
all.
you don't.
I do.
took the-
Never would have gotten away with that answer.
No, I know.
Anyone I had to deal with growing up.
Yeah, those people
This
are
I,
worse
I
first.
know.
than they should be.
So I need to put this guy back
I don't know
on
if you've
so
noticed,
that
but
it's
I will
even.
not do menial tasks
first.
because I'm close to
Hey,
it.
alright, where is the drill? Aside from
It's
This joke's
it's
getting
in the box of the drill.
Don't
Is that in the
get.
bedroom?
Stop.
What room am
In
I
the bedroom, there is a box that says
You don't-
Ryobi
no,
on
you
it.
don't have to get.
What, do you want to go get it?
No. It's been gone.
I
The joke
hurt
is over.
myself today.
Don't want the drill anymore.
To
Okay.
Yeah,
bring
the
the
joke is
drill.
over.
You already brought me the battery.
Ari clearly wants the drill.
I just don't want you to be deciding whether someone wants the drill or not.
So sorry, ladies and
Don't.
gentlemen. We're at step number 19, and despite my heavy-handed chattishness, this is where we're at.
Bird, give me that.
I have been taking the RV away from. So we're at step number 19. We're going to add a covered, like there's no studs on top of it, a 1x2, and a covered, I believe it's a 1x7. Speaking of which, ladies and gentlemen, I bought my first power tool today. Look at this drill. Anyway, that was all the screen time the drill
Beautiful.
needed.
Tim Allen, motherfucker.
Yeah, do the call in now.
Yo, what's going on?
RV
Echo?
improvement. Yo, I'm just watching Home Improvement on the road here. I'm
Now that I posted it.
On the road.
checking out
Like,
on the road, about to be on the road.
Awesome.
I'm not on the road. Y'all are gonna be on the road. Yo,
Yeah.
how? Okay. So my number one thing with y'all moving into a mobile studio, which I think is the coolest thing on the planet. I've always wanted to live out of an RV, but you're taking it another step. Y'all are making your job
Yes.
on the road.
Yeah.
How are you gonna handle like stinky, like
Yo.
what's
Rest
your plan for
stops.
uploading? What's your plan for internet?
Oh, okay, for internet. You said stinky like I thought I
Yeah,
was going to
stinky
different.
internet.
Well, like
Y'all
basically-
already talked plenty about the stinky problem. That's
Yeah.
we're done there.
Like,
We're moving
the easy
on.
solution, right? Like people don't realize is you can just not shit in your RV. There's rest stops and restaurants and
Walmart.
you know,
Yeah.
you don't have to go to Walmart or
Right.
admit to ever going
That's okay.
to a Walmart.
I know what I'm
Walmart
saying.
is a lot cleaner of bathrooms than truck stop bathrooms. Like,
Yeah.
Like 1,000
Yes,
times
right.
cleaner,
Yeah.
actually.
I just would never admit to fucking choosing to go to a Walmart.
I
Like,
only use
like,
Wawa
why not go
bathrooms.
shit in Bloomingdale's? Like I only shit in the Versace store in the mall.
I only
Yeah.
shit in the Nordstrom rack.
I only shit in the
Hey,
store.
I used to hate during the school times. They used to, oh my god, yo, because they used to mess the
Hey,
bathrooms up
Dyron's
so bad.
Yo, Dyron.
What's up?
Hey,
I guess I didn't.
Hey, how are you?
chat very well.
I'm good,
Echo,
boy.
This is Dyron is joining your call.
Hey.
it's a double call-in.
Yeah.
Dyron Miller.
Yeah.
Anyway, though,
I highly
explain the
recommend-
internet. The shittiness of the internet.
Actually, before you do that, both of y'all should like just plug your stuff, like plug who you are for this crowd, cause
Sure.
I'm a big fan.
Yo,
Oh, I'm Echo Chamber. I'm just gonna go first because I got like nothing. I'm Echo Chamber. I'm starting a new studio of my own. We're working on whatever we can get our hands on, but right now we're making a vapor punk RPG. Just
Mm.
if you want to reach out to
Fire.
me, you can find me on Twitter or on Mastodon instance at Echo Chamber.
I'm
And then
excited
I'm in the
at
Discord too.
the mere genre description of your game already, so I'm definitely
Yeah.
checking that out.
Hell yeah, it's fire, bro.
Yeah,
Dyron,
old
what
school
about you?
Shadowrun and cyberpunk, but with a little bit of vaporwave influence.
Aesthetics. All right, so what's up, guys? I'm Daron Miller. You know, right now I'm doing music, but I feel like later on, as things go down the road, it's like, damn, like it's gonna be music. It's gonna be like films. Hopefully I do like stand-ups. It's just whatever. But right now, I'm just pushing this music out and linking with as many people as I can in a way that's like, yo, because the like grouping up is like a huge like inspiration. Because like if you have multiple people and you're all like trying to go up, because it's a difference. When you have people around you, they're gonna like doubt you. But if you find those people that want to like get in a direction like that you want to like or like you want to go to too, it's like, well, even if you disagree with me or even if we like argue sometimes or fight sometimes, it's like, yo, we're both trying to go in a direction that's like, yo, like anybody else doubting, like, nah, fuck that, like we're gonna go ahead and get this paper and go ahead and follow our dreams, because like that's all that really matters.
Yeah, I feel that a lot because, like, I mean, I am big on like working closely with crew, and like.
Mm-hmm.
I had a.
I need a 1x12 and a 1x4.
I was working with people like trying to go in the same direction as me for a long time, and then we all changed direction, and like now I've got people going in the same direction as me again in an RV. So I'm excited about having direction. I honestly, part of the struggle I had with working with like previous groups was that I didn't entirely know what I was trying to accomplish in the end. Like, like it was easy to be like, oh, other people who are doing analysis videos or things that are similar to what I do professionally, like I want to be around, but all the things I wanted to do outside of that were just totally different from those people. Like, I didn't know, other than Endless Jess, who raps with me, like, I didn't know any other rappers who could, like, jump on my verses and stuff. Like, having Riley around to, like, the second that we met and he started spitting in front of me, I was like, oh, shit, I have a rap friend. Like, finally, and, like, and now I'm excited to...
Flat one of that.
Rapping
Yeah.
the lyrics to songs I hadn't heard.
Right, yeah. Well, Riley does this thing where he'll just read the lyrics to a song and rap along to it the first time he's ever heard it. Like, just trying to get the flow down, and then as soon as he locks in, it's just like, bam, he can do it on the first shot. So I saw him doing that to some of my songs, and I was like, you literally never heard this before? Like, how are you doing that?
It goes here.
I was just so impressed with that I was like, yeah, we gotta hang out and we gotta make raps together.
Yeah, 4. Just a flat one.
Yeah, that's fire.
Oh, I see.
And then he showed me your stuff, and I felt the exact same way, where I was like, yo, this is somebody who I can definitely rap with.
Yo, Dyron's a little homie from Houston. He's our first little homie.
Advice for Legos.
And he's the only
Wherever
one
you
younger
find
than
the first piece, you will find the second piece in the same bag.
Like, Mick's excited that she won't be younger than him.
Oh man,
It's usually the baby.
It's like it was meant to happen in a way.
For sure.
Like at first, it was just so I was on the YouTube channel as a fan, and then next thing you know, oh, they got a studio. They make music. I'm like, oh, this is up my alley. I am going to hit them up. I don't care what. I don't even know where I'll start. Hey, whatever. Look, I just went and then whatever.
Lots of people don't do that. They're too afraid to just be like, yo, I like what you're doing. How do we work together?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, thank God.
All being loud with the bags.
So we're at step 21 now, just to interrupt real quick. We've put on a 1x12 right here, and we're going to put in a 1x4 directly next to it on the upper edge of the back.
I like how this RV is coming together.
Yo, Dyron, you wanna...
Yo.
I need that.
Yes.
Talk about some shit real quick before I mute you and pull another caller.
For sure. All right. So basically, the song that we're actually doing a song, me and A.S.E. Riley, and basically like, yo, and I didn't mix it yet, but it's turning out great. You know, production by, of course, Cranberry. Already knows what's going on.
Hell yeah.
Oh God. So like, hey, you already know it's gonna be risky business. You know, trying to piece everything together and, you know, go off. I don't know where I'm going with this, but just know, guys, I'm trying. But look, basically, yo, I just think we got something that's gonna like really be legendary and really what's the word, like yeah, inspiring.
Yo, you're usually like when you do your Instagram lives, you got these rants and shit. You sound all, you got like ideas and shit. Like, give us a void thought. Give us like a rant.
The kind of red one with a
Okay. So yeah, something to go. Look, I'm not gonna lie. People always mix boom bap up with like generally like something that's like saying something real. It's a huge difference because like somebody will say something real, or like they will do something experimental, or like they'll do something that's like not the usual, and then they'll just call it boom bap automatically or something. That's a boom bap rapper. And it's just like, nah, that's not how it works. Like, yeah, you could be lyrically inept, but at the same time, a boom bap rapper, you have to understand, they're like a boom bap rapper. You could rap about anything on boom bap. You could rap about stealing niggas dollars for purses or something, or you could rap about, I went up high with the birds. You know, it's a different things, but at the same time,
What is boom bap to everybody?
boom bap, basically people link the boom bap vibe to like the old school vibe.
Oh wait, no, you
like
got
a classic vibe to it.
Sorry. These two.
Oh yeah, you good. Basically, oh damn, like they link the boom bap style to like old school styles, like, you know, like the normal 90 BPM type stuff. But what people is getting fucked up at is that now, you know, we're doing something different, and yeah, it has a classic style to it, and a like isotope vinyl type of humanizer type way, in a more like natural drum type way. But at the same time, you have to understand it's something that's new, because yeah, you're taking old things, but it's not in that way of the boom bap way. And people just have to understand that just because somebody's lyrical, just because somebody's woke, and just because somebody's like saying things, that doesn't mean it's boom bap. It means that they're just being real, you know?
I definitely feel like there's a lot of people who, like, if they're looking for lyrics, they will specifically try to just find stuff that's like over a very simple beat and just lyrics. And it's like, yeah, but stuff like what you make, there's like super experimental beats and really interesting lyrics to be read into at the same time. So like, you know, I would say I agree. What you do is obviously not boom bap sounding, but like it has that same lyricism.
Yeah, in a way I can see the comparison, but then, like, you know, I love when people compare me to people, but it was this one time I was on this live, I was on my friend Nelson's live, and basically you were doing the music and stuff, and one of his fans, I was playing a song. I only played one song, and then this one person, he was like, "You trying to sound too hard like X." I'm like, "Nah, not at all." I mean, I fuck with X, and yeah, he's a huge inspiration to me, but nah, I don't try to like capture a sound of like, oh, I want to sound like this person.
Right.
And that's the same thing people get it messed up with the beats is. It's like people, like with me, is whenever I would do it, I would make a beat, but I wasn't. I had no approach for the beat. I only had an approach just to make a beat. But then if it sounds like a certain artist, I'll be like, oh, Earl Sweatshirt type beat, or MF Doom type beat, or blah blah blah,
Right.
or yeah.
Yeah,
But
so it's like after the fact that you are like, oh, this sounds like that, so I'm gonna label it like that.
yeah, exactly. And be instead, people get it messed up where it's like, oh, I gotta make this type beat. Well, yeah, that's cool, but at the same time, you're limiting yourself by doing that because it's
I
like,
mean,
oh,
and
I'm gonna sit down.
you're always gonna
Yeah.
end up creating like the most generic version of that idea if you do that too. Because like if you sit down to go after like a style, then
Exactly.
it's like it's just gonna sound like somehow every song that person's made because you're just like thinking about their sound, you know, as opposed to just making something and then observing that, oh yeah, I guess I did arrive at the sound that this artist arrives at, you know, like
Right, right. Like it's only when you actually do it that it's like it actually sounds like, oh, this person would make it, except it's in your own way. Like if Tyron Miller, or if Alchemist, or if Cranberry, or if the YouTube, or I don't even know, if somebody just produced for them, it'll sound like that, except it's in your own twist in a way.
mm-hmm.
And then it creates a lot of like a sound that's like, like it's legendary fire on some shit. Like honestly, another thing I would say is music wise, I'm not gonna lie, music, it's I just love a lot of music. So when somebody, close-minded, let's say, about like a certain thing, or like they never really listened to it, or and then they automatically judge it, or they be like, oh well, nah, this shit's ass, basically, or this is ass, but like never gave it a chance. It's like, damn, I can see where some artists are coming from, because let's say, like, for example, Playboy Cardi with his whole lot of rich. Yeah. And people were calling it trash. And at first, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was pretty bad. But then when I started listening to it, I started picking up stuff. I just hit a lick with a Mask MF Doom. That was on the second song, Stop Breathing. Not the second song. Yeah, I think so. The Stop Breathing. And then so, I was like, yo, okay. He said some shit,
Yeah.
And then I realized it clicked to me, because so Earl Sweatshirt, a few years ago, changed his style up completely on some, like, the album was called some rap songs.
Yeah.
And before that, people known him as like the Doors, I don't like shit, I don't go outside type deal.
Right.
And then so he came out with some rap songs. Now, I was a huge Earl fan. Like, I fucked with Doris, Earl. I don't like shit, I don't go outside. Like, I had that shit on loop before the album even came out. And that morning that it came out, I remember I was about to go to school. And then so I turned it on and I listened to the whole thing. And I was like, yo, is there something missing? And then so I listened to it on the way to school. And then I listened to it again in first period. And then I was like, yo, this is okay, but I don't know why it's just not hitting. And I realized I kept listening to it over and over again. And I realized, like, yo, this album is actually like a classic. Like, I didn't realize how much of a classic it was until like so many listens, because it's basically like this. If it's a movie or a TV show or cartoon or a song or anything like that, I just think people look at it too fast and then move away, which is why I agree, like, with what you were saying on this one video. I forgot what it was, but it was like people look at stuff too fast and then just look away, and it's on to the next one or on to the next thing. It's like, I want to stay right here because I want to learn more about this, because it seems like there's more layers to unpeel from this.
Right.
But sometimes people just don't see it like that. They just be like, oh, it's automatically trash. But I think it's good to see it in a way of like, this is more than meets the eye, so I'm gonna be open-minded about this.
Yeah, I think a lot of what people miss and what's hard to communicate to an audience is like the context in which something is good. Because like going back to Whole Lotta Red, Like the first time we listened to that, it was like the four of us in like a studio apartment of a friend, just like listening to the album because it came out that day. And like a couple of songs in, I'm like, man, if I was listening to this like in the club, like busting down, this is perfect music. Or like even sex music. Like it's erotic music. It's not meant to be listened to like in a room with your friends necessarily, you know? So I had that feeling of like, man, contextually this is probably a great album. It's just not a great album for right this second. And like with something like some rap songs, like that is a super like deeply involved, like you have to really pay attention to the lyrics, really like, and the music is abrasive as hell. So like, you know, diving into that is like, part of the point is that it's like ugly and difficult, so it's not meant to be something that you can just take in on the first try and get it, you know? It's like, no, to deal with something that's ugly and difficult, you have to sit with it and think about it, you know? And I think that's, you know, it's very powerful if you can actually accomplish something where people are willing to do that because they're like, well, it's Earl, like I know it's good because it's Earl, so I gotta figure out why it's good, you know?
Yeah, right. And then really the whole lot of red thing is basically what I did was I worked out while listening to it, and now I understand for real now. Like people they're like, cause Cardi, he would perform a lot, and then it would be kind of like a mosh pit type thing when RIP turned on some I'm gonna go hey with the basses and stuff like that. People were going wild in the crowd. So maybe Cardi was like, yo, they going wild to this on this like very distorted 808 and very experimental. Like, yo, I should start doing that. And then what basically happened was he dropped the original whole lot of, well, he didn't drop it. It got leaked. The original whole lot of red. And then, yo, and if y'all want to listen to that shit's fire. But like, it's fire though. No cap. People were like, oh, no wonder he released this, because basically people were leaking all of his music. So he had to go back in and be like, oh, I had to create a whole nother thing. And then, you know, I think it was finna drop. I think he was going to actually drop it Halloween. And then some fucked up shit happened where like everything still leaked. Because there were still leaks coming out. But people were like, nah, the whole thing is not going to leak. Next thing you know, the whole album leaked. And then, yo, people were just going crazy on that. Because you know how Cardi fans are. Like, they wild. You know, we wild. No
fans in general, I think, just are wild.
General, I just think are wild.
Fans are fanatics by definition.
Later on, it was like, well, damn, we just ruined that whole thing. And then, but honestly, a whole lot of red for me was when it dropped on December 25th. This was like the morning time. Yeah, and I was gonna record myself listening to the song or listening to the album, like on the reaction type shit. Like it's gonna be my first like music reaction.
Shit, we were probably listening to it at the exact same time because we were also there.
Yeah, was it like 10 a.m. right or something? Or like 11, one of those. So, I turned the camera on, and then I played the first song. I was like, I am not gonna react to this. I'm gonna just listen to this shit. Like I'm gonna just go ahead and listen to this, cause like I don't know, I was not into the stuff, but I couldn't say anything about it only because I wanted to do a more in-depth type of listen.
Right.
Like, and I thought I would probably pick stuff up because it's Cardi. Like I'll probably pick it up.
I think that's always. I think you know more people need to just assume that anything that like is good enough to have reached their ears is worth investigating more than like a casual look. Like even if it's some like club stuff, like you know, there's Kodak Black bars that you can dive into that have real deep meanings behind them. It's just like you don't get to be a rapper if you can't do any bars, you know.
Exactly. Like Kodak is really like he says stuff that really hits though for real. And you're right. It's like I forgot this one line. He was like, "Can I ball? Can I chill? Some. Will I live long enough to raise my son?" Like shit like that.
Shit,
it's like
yeah.
It's like when you put that in his perspective, it's just like wow, like I understand now. And then that's just a part of like understanding people too. It's like, yo, if I was in this situation, what would I do? But at the same time, like there's certain situations that people are in. It's like I relate, you know, and that's just a part of like being human.
Well, shit. You gave us some real good rants and insights just now. Tell us again. Tell everybody in my audience here where we can find your stuff at. All of it.
Oh, guys, I'm on. Actually, I'm gonna drop a link.
Dyron
So,
Miller is your name pretty much everywhere,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Linktree.
DYRON.
Yeah, Dyron. I'm just Dyron Miller everywhere. Exactly. Spotify, Apple Music. You can hit me up on Instagram. I'm Dyron Miller on there, except it's Dyron.Miller. Because basically I had this other account that fucked up, and it was Dyron Miller, but I forgot the password.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I dropped it.
All right.
Sick.
Next caller is gonna be Kotaru.
Aight.
Yo, Dyron, I'll talk to you later.
Bye,
For sure.
Dyron.
Yeah, peace out.
Bye, Ron.
Later.
Just a quick update for the LEGO fans out there. We are now at step 38 of LEGO City RV number 60283. This is the RV we will be moving into. So far, we've built what looks like to be the kitchen section. We've also built the driver section, just a little bit so far. Step 38, we've added this little wing-looking piece right here. We've added this 1x8 or whatever. We're going on to step 39 now.
Speed round these callers. Let's kind of go fast.
Also, real quick, drill.
Alright, Kotaru, you there?
Yes, that is me. Hello.
Yo,
Hi, Kotaru.
what's going on?
I got the vaccine yesterday, and I've had a severe fever all day.
Oh, that's not good.
Well, it just means my body's responding to it, but it also means I get the day off.
Oh, maybe it is good. What's
I
the
hope
over
your body
under?
has a positive reaction going forward.
What was that, Pete?
Yeah, sorry. What have you called in to talk to us about?
I have come to talk about nothing at all because my mind is blank.
Oh.
I had an Easter dinner with my parents, and I had a stunning realization that I think my mom might have been afraid of me while we were growing up.
Oh no. Like physically or mentally? Like
I'm not sure, but we raised horses, and one of them got injured. And the vet came over and was tending to the injury, and instead of being like, I'm not sure what reaction I was supposed to have, but I was just calmly talking with the veterinarian about what he was doing and why, and my mom was maybe a little tipsy on some wine, but apparently she told my girlfriend that she just like had the "why can't my kids be normal" kind of reaction. I was rather distressed about it.
I think parents just overestimate how much normalcy there is to go around. I think like everybody talks about the best things that are going on with their kids, and no one talks about like the weird stuff about their kids they're embarrassed about. So everyone else has the impression that everyone else's kids are more normal than they are.
Neither of my parents are going to be talking about how I bought my first power tool today.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm proud of you. You bought you bought your power drill.
Thank you. I'm really happy with it. It does a lot of things. All I've been doing since I got home is like marveling in how much I can do with this thing. Like it's ridiculous. Here's the sound again.
Well, it's the first step. Next thing you know, you're gonna be buying more and learning how to use them.
All right, Kotaru, we're gonna move past you since you don't have a particular topic in mind.
Yeah, no problem. Have a good night.
Well, and also we're going fast with everybody, so.
Yeah. Have a good night.
Irons are too long. The stream isn't for like exaggerated discussion, or not exaggerated, expanded discussion.
It's like a weird connection.
Also, I will remind the chat that you can still give us $15 and we will do rants. I'll do a rant, or Mint will do a rant for a $15 super chat. Just give us a topic. Or super chat, whatever. I mean, super chats are always welcome. They'll always get read. Even I'll literally cut off whoever we're talking to.
Awesome. Thank you, Kotaru.
Oh, I like this comment from Echo Chamber Show. It says, realizing your kid isn't a perfect copy of you is a traumatic moment for some people. I think it really is.
Alright, this is Cheesy Manfredo from the Canton server.
Okay. What's up, Cheesy Manfredo? What you here to talk
Yo,
about?
what's going on? How y'all doing tonight?
I like your name. I'm doing well.
Thank you. I'm glad you like my name.
Have you ever made an Alfredo before?
No.
All right.
I have not. I've not yet.
I
but
still
eventually,
like your
you know.
name. Make an Alfredo.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I actually got my name from like you all rappers, right? You do the rippity rap game, right?
Yeah.
I actually got my name from a rapper.
Oh.
Who swindled $200 from me. But you know how it is. Yeah.
Expand on that, please.
Back when I was younger and like fresh out of high school, I had a friend in high school who rapped, and I made one music video for him, and it was pretty cool. I really liked how it came out. And then after high school, we tried to make another one, and we ran into one of his friends who was hanging out with these like kind of like, I guess, mid-level rappers from LA who and they just seemed so cool. Like they seemed so like cool. They would always smoke weed. They would drink a lot. I don't know. To me, they seemed so cool, but they also seemed like they were the real deal, right? So I would hang out with them, help them like record videos, and they said they were gonna pay me. Like kept saying like, yeah, we'll pay you for the videos, and I just went along because I just had so much.
That's the warning sign to me, is when they're telling you they're gonna pay you, but they're not actively paying you.
Well, if I went back in time, I would have told my younger self to like, that's where you fucked up, right? But not gonna lie, it was actually fun hanging out with them, right? Besides them swindling money, it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, they all had like rapper names. So every time they would talk to other people and they would see that we were making a music video, they would give out the rapper name, and they didn't want to like just say that my name is like, because my real name is Alfredo, right? They didn't just want to call me like Alfredo. They're all like, yeah, and this is Cheesy Alfredo, right? So they just gave me that name, and I'm like, okay, cool, I'm gonna roll with that. And then later, like a year later, when I started my Instagram, I was gonna use the name Cheesy Alfredo as my Instagram handle, right? But it was taken. And I'm thinking like, what's the closest word to Alfredo? And I'm like, oh, Manfredo, right? So that's when I went with Cheesy Manfredo, and it works. You know, it's pretty funny.
We all love the name. What did you come here specifically to talk about, if anything?
I think I have a little video that I made that I think you guys might be interested in. And I'll give you the title, and you tell me how interesting this sounds. It's called "How to Get Your Own Adult Swim Show."
That does sound pretty interesting.
Have you eaten chicken Alfredo or any?
Yeah, I tried.
Okay.
Is this
I had
how
it a
to
couple
get
times.
your own Adult Swim show like serious or a parody?
It's serious. Like I'm seriously giving you a real advice how to do it.
In
right?
that case, I'm definitely interested in watching.
Where would you consider the best Alfredo to be? Where can I find the best Alfredo?
I'm the best Alfredo. That's where you can find it.
Can you make? Sorry, food.
Food. I don't know. Maybe that could be a series of videos where I go around and test Alfredo. But anyway,
incredible.
3 weeks ago, I'm gonna link my video in the chat. But you could find it on my channel. Just look for Cheesy Cast or Cheesy Manfredo. You could find it. But it's called How to Get Your Own Adult Swim Show: The Development Meeting Metagame. Have you ever heard of the Development Meeting?
No.
Okay, so you know about the Adult Swim live streams? Like they would do a lot of different like kinds of live streams.
Yes.
Okay, so they had one live stream called Development Meeting that would always live stream on Thursdays. And what Development Meeting is that two actual development heads from Adult Swim would listen to people would call in and pitch their idea for a show.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I would watch it. Like I'd watch it for like 2 years straight because it was pretty entertaining to see like what kind of like Adult Swim like shows people would pitch. But also I wanted to understand the meta game because the end goal was that I was going to pitch my show, right? Because I had my own show to pitch, but I wanted to make sure I would knock it out of the park. So I seen so much of it that I could understand like the little like the actual meta game, like what's the best way to pitch a show, right? And in this video, I go over it. Like I go for every like little thing you need to know, and I would guarantee that you would be able to like get a show watching my video.
Well, I'm gonna probably
can
put
we
that to
find
the
this
test
video
then.
again?
Cheesy Manfredo or Cheesy Cast on YouTube.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I put the link in the call.
Okay.
Or on the.
We'll definitely give that a watch and then implement the techniques to get an Adult Swim show. Because why not?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, just watch it. Just watch all of it. And it's gonna be great. You'll get. I guarantee you'll be able to get a show.
Perfect.
I'm not fucking with you. Yeah, 100% true.
And as is a tradition, as we end our calls, I'm going to sound the drill twice. It's my first power tool.
I guess they're already gone. But Cheesy Manfredo, someone said to them, I got a copy of David Boring because of your recommendation and also because I liked Ghost World when I read it way back when.
Oh, great. I'm glad you like David Boring. I wish more people read David Boring. That's literally like, you know how people say they can relate to Scott Pilgrim?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't relate to Scott Pilgrim. I relate to David Boring. Like, he's my Scott Pilgrim.
Okay.
Yeah, so highly recommend that book. Yeah, I guess before I go, just follow me. Cheesy, everything that's me is just under Cheesy Manfredo. My Twitter, my Instagram, my YouTube channel. It's all Cheesy Manfredo, right? I'm pretty easy to find. Yeah, and I guess before I go, I'm just gonna give out one little shout out before I leave. All right. I wanna wish someone a happy birthday. I wanna wish a happy birthday to Ben Saint. Happy birthday! You did it, big boy.
It's not Ben Saint's birthday, is it?
Yeah, it's Ben Saint's birthday today.
Oh, well, then happy birthday to Ben Saint.
Happy birthday, Ben. I hope you enjoy your year.
How old is he?
He's got to be like
all right,
32 or 33.
A celebratory
He's like 52.
52.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like
He has the
52
soul
years
of a
old.
52-year-old, that's for sure.
All right, good talking to you guys.
Peace out.
Sorry, next is Mr. Nora.
Hello.
Hello, what's going
This
on?
thing opens, right? Yeah, we're all set then.
Not a
Let's
whole
rock.
lot. Just kind of a slow night.
Chilling.
Hello.
Cooling.
Yeah.
Yo, we just coolin'.
So
just
what
being
you
cool a little bit.
what you calling in about?
What you coolin' in about?
Just one to wish Ben a good birthday too. I'm kind of fucking bored of this shit actually. Never mind.
All right. Peace out.
Goodbye.
then.
Well adjusted.
Drill sound.
Alright, Ronak.
That guy got bored of himself.
Ronak, yeah.
Yo, what's up?
Not much, just vibing.
Vibing.
I've
You
been
like the
painting.
drill sounds, Ronak?
Yeah, I fuck with the drill sounds every
All
time it be going off. Just blast that shit.
Yo.
What's up? What you want to talk about?
I remember the video you uploaded yesterday, the little lecture.
Yeah.
Me and Riley had an interaction about like how everything you've been saying has been said before, because it's obvious people have thought about this before.
Sure. That's
And
kind of part
everyone,
of the point.
Yeah, and everyone was contending it in the comments,
Right.
saying, well, you're not a medical professional, you shouldn't be saying this shit, despite the fact that the whole point of it, the social model of disability, is very particularly, we don't really want medical professionals involved, because in the end, they're just trying to get a bottom line in. They're trying to, their whole interest is just finding a cure.
Right. And
that is,
yeah, their job, if you're talking about a specific psychologist, is either to study the mind and how it works, or if they're working with a patient, to figure out how to make this person's life work for them. And I think people have this idea that mental illness is a solid state in your mind that you're trapped inside of. But the whole point of psychology is that you can cope that like you can be different from like whatever you are. So like it's weird to me that people look at it the way they do, that like, yeah, like if you're a therapist, your job isn't to know absolutely everything there ever will be to know about psychology. It's to know how to help individual people to be better at being themselves, you know? And like I guess I just think that people overestimate like how much like neuroscience actually, you know, like, I don't want to speak too much because I don't want to start talking about how how that world works. Yeah, it's true. No matter what I say, it's gonna get fucking nitpicked. Yes, like, I'm going to hunt down the people with the degrees that people want to hear from, just so that they can restate what I said with fancier words. Like, if it's just to prove the point. Yeah, with credentials.
Like that's the whole end conclusion of everything you were talking about. Is like we want somewhere down the line, we want to know and cure whatever we're talking about. It's no, we want to just have the resources to cope with our lives now, and to be able to perform and function in society, because we are human beings. We want to participate in society. That's what most human beings want, to participate in some form of a society.
Yeah.
Here.
I think having like a sense that like you are contributing is a huge part of making people like feel the will to live.
Exactly. Just we want to be able to function. And the whole point I was leaning towards this is that everyone feels that importance is so like hinged on like what a professional has to say about it. Right. And my whole point, and what I think your whole point is just simply, why do we care so much about what a professional has to say about this? We should just be caring about getting shit done now.
I think my opinion on it's like the most deconstructive it can be. Like, I'm a real empirical person. I'm not like, I don't believe anything that's ever been written or studied like by peers in an academic sense, scientifically. But I do think it's important that people take a step back and remember that we made all this up. We made up neurology. We made up psychology. We made up psychiatry to explain issues that we don't
The man who invented college didn't
go to college.
Right,
did the man who invented college go to college? No? Okay, then. The point just being that, like, we made up all of this shit, and it's nice to have it in the context that it helps us function in society, but when we hinge all of our decisions on, like, what the experts think, then, and we just take away, like, human culpability, responsibility, and the potential to fail.
It gets way too slow.
Yeah, it's just dumb. Like, it doesn't make sense to, like, wait for the scientific community to decide how the climate's changing or not, and or this or that.
You know who wouldn't want to have to wait around is the science community. They'd probably love it if people just, like, had interesting ideas that they could, like, run off of and be like, shit, none of us thought of that. Like,
they're all hinging on, like, politicians to pay them to do, like, grants and research.
Yeah.
Everyone's hinging on someone else's more important opinion, quote unquote. Rather, we can just be doing shit right now.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I'll die on the hill of, like, fucking psychology. Psychology is a pseudoscience, and we made it up. Like, it's not the same as physics or chemistry, where there are, like, actual results based on an input of something. Like, it's not math. Psychology is a fucking social science, and social sciences are bullshit.
They're, even like, with math and science, like, there's a point where math and science just stops getting applicable towards, like...
Well, like, social stuff is just not applicable towards, right? Like, again, people had a problem with, like, the wording of neurotypical doesn't exist, but the point that needs to be made is that brains are neurosimilar, but there's no, like, typical brain. Every brain's different, even in the small subcategories of people who do think alike. Like, they are neurotypical compared to each other or the outsiders. Like, it has to be compared to something. So...
No, yeah.
Yeah, and every brain's different. Like, I'm dating a woman who's fucking severely high-functioning autist.
Why do you talk about me like that?
When you say cringy shit like that, people call us gay. But like,
I'm super straight.
Men's super fucking autistic, and like she has a bunch of opinions that like loud forward like facing autists on the internet like don't share. So it's like, you know, she doesn't seem like those autistics. You know, you can even within like a thing, like there's so much variation.
I mean,
like,
inside of basically every group, there's gonna be those people who are like, "But I speak for this group," and it's like, no one speaks for this group, dude. Like, you're all different. Some of you might be somewhat similar enough that you can have like the word autistic blanket on you, but like it doesn't mean that all autistic people act the same or have the same experience. You know,
my whole mantra is as soon as someone starts saying they're the leader of something or like the person in charge of shit, to just not trust them immediately, because anyone who wants to be in that position probably shouldn't have it in the long run.
We should wrap up this call and move forward.
All right.
No, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Void.
Great chat.
Void.
See you later.
Does he have anything to plug?
See you later.
Oh yeah, do you have any plugs you want to do?
Yeah, plug some Twitter and Instagram, Studio Wavy. That's Studio WVVY. Not much on it yet, but I'm planning on posting shit soon, and I feel like a lot of people would fuck with it.
Yeah, and thanks for making all those great points about my video. I appreciate it.
No problem at all. Just wanted to contribute a little bit thought of to it.
Sorry, I cut you off there for a second.
No, I just said I wanted to contribute some thoughts to it, expand it out.
Good.
Yeah, greatly appreciated. If anybody hasn't seen the little lecture called Mental Illness is Based on Your Society, go check it out. It's really fun, and it's got a phenomenal thumbnail by It's Mint Salad.
Yeah, hello.
This is Mint Salad. It's not me, actually.
On to the next caller. Tasteless.
Hey, Tasteless.
Good name.
Tasteless left? Oh, Tasteless is back.
Tasteless is back.
Tasteless, what's going on? Hey.
What do you feel about the drill noises?
I like them. They're very, very nice.
All of you, stop fucking saying you like it. Or we'll keep it not that close to the mic. Look, this is...
What's up, Tasteless? What's going on? How you doing?
Doing pretty well. I guess I just have like 2 questions / like advice I would like to receive from you guys.
Okay.
All right. So first of all, because I know Trixie, you've been like on this. I'm not sure about the other 3, but like, so I remember you saying a lot of times in your like videos, like, all right, so like, you know, work a job until you get what you need, like the amount of money or whatever.
Yeah.
And then after that, quit, and then, you know, do what you actually want to do. And if you ever need that job again, go back to it, sort of thing like that.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, I've been working since I was like around 15, 16, something like that. I'm 22 now. I've been able to save up a pretty good amount of money because I'm kind of, you know, I save up pretty well, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm at the point where like I'm ready to quit and start working on art for a while, I guess. You know, like, I mean, I already do work on art, but like have it be art be my main thing, you know, no more jobs distract me. So
yeah.
So I guess like, I don't know, what kind of mind frame should I have for that? Like, how should I treat that, you know, just to make sure I'm as productive as I should be, sort of thing?
You just got to go into it with the mentality of like, figure out how much money it takes for you to live every month, and then be like, I have this much time to be making that amount. Like, based on however much you have saved up, like, if you have enough to last you 6 months worth of living off of it or something like that, then you can say, like, I have 6 months to be making enough money off of my art that I can live off of it. So, like, whatever it's going to take to make that happen, I have to make that happen. I have to work that hard or understand, like, how to make money that much, you know? And as long as you feel like, you know, a sense of confidence of, like, okay, I know I can make it, you know, then you just got to have that confidence, really.
Yeah, flip it up.
All right, and then also I remember you had that one video. I believe you like called them gimmicks. Like, art is fleeting. Gimmicks is the
gimmicks are careers. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, that video. I remember that was one of my favorite videos because I realized like how true that was. You know, seeing how like how your channel worked and other popular artists worked. So would you say like I should also keep that in mind too?
I mean, I don't remember exactly what I say in that video, because it's not online anymore. But, like, I would say that, like, really your approach, like, if you're going to be living off your art, then you have to have the mindset of, like, I'm trying to make a profit off of this because I want to make a living. So it can't be just for me. It has to be fun for me, but it can't be made for me, myself, as an audience. So, like, you know, if you can figure out, like, it doesn't have to necessarily be so strong as to be a gimmick that it's, like, one thing you do consistently forever. But, like, you have to have a sense of, like, here is something that is saleable that I can do and enjoy it, and that's what I'm going to be doing, you know?
All right, yeah, that makes sense. And then my second, I guess, advice I wanted is I recently made a Twitter, and I'm very confused with like how I should work with it. Like, is it literally just like whatever thought you have, you just tweet it out, or like?
Don't even worry about yourself. Just worry about replying to other people, and like, because ultimately the number one way to make people notice that you exist is by talking to them directly.
Banter.
Yeah.
Make jokes
Okay.
on people who you like's posts.
Yeah.
Reply to my Twitter posts at BIRDSTORC so I can follow you back.
If anything,
All right, cool.
reply to something and then quote tweet with the thing you replied with, so that your wall is your replies.
Yeah.
All right, that makes sense.
Do that for the first like 200 followers or whatever. I mean, I grew
great
Bird
advice.
and Mint's Twitter following while growing my last Twitter, and now I'm back to growing a new Twitter. So.
All right, perfect. Well, I guess that's really all I wanted to ask. That's all the advice I wanted to know.
Excellent. Thanks
What's
for calling
your favorite food to make?
Favorite food to make? Okay, so recently we just bought a bunch of chicken, me and my roommate, and like, you know, I've been experimenting a lot with chicken because it's easy, it's good, you know. And I had this other roommate that he bought a bunch of black beans because he was on like a big old vegan sort of thing, and he just never ate them. So we just had a fuck ton of black beans. So I just went on YouTube and I found this, like, I believe she was like Chinese, I'm not really too sure, and some Chinese lady like who spoke very, I get like very bad English. So I couldn't understand like 1 every 10 words she was saying. But she was just like explaining how to make like black beans and chicken. And it was really good. I just followed exactly what she did. And right now I've been really obsessed with black beans and chicken.
Sounds pretty good.
If you could link that in the Discord or Instagram or DM it to me on Twitter, wherever you want to DM it to me to, I would love to make that recipe.
Yes, I will. It was very easy to make. So I will do that.
All right, thanks for calling. Oh, do you have anything you want to plug before you're gone?
Yeah, I usually post all my shit on Instagram. That's where I'll post like my music, my art, and all that. So you can follow my Instagram, tasteless_man.
Cool. Oh, okay. You're that taste. I know a tasteless man on Instagram. Excellent.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks for calling in, and we'll see you around. We're bringing in someone else now.
All right, bye-bye.
We're about almost done with the RV now. About all we have left.
Look at the structure on this bad boy.
Look at this. Look at this. Right here, it opens so that we can all pile in when we need to. All we really got to do is get ourselves in there, get the wheels on there, and we'll be set to go. This Lego family conveniently came with it, but they will unfortunately be that.
Did you murder the Legos?
No.
Oh.
All right, next up we have Kyrie Effler.
Hello, Kyrie.
Effler. Come on in.
Interesting name. Hello?
Kyrie, you have yourself muted. There you
Yeah,
are.
I do. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. What's up?
The volume good? Oh, I'm self-quarantining because I've been away with some lovely internet people for like a week at the beach. And that was all very nice. And so now, back with my roommates, I have to quarantine some more. And so I'm hanging out in my attic. Just
Is it a comfy
just
attic?
smoking and listening to the void gazers. You know, the temperature's fine this time of year. There's some pallets stacked like a couch with like random cushions on it, which doesn't have the best back support, but it's doable. There's a lamp, there's a disco ball. You know, it's pretty okay.
I
in
like the
general.
sound of a disco ball in an attic. So
Yeah,
did
I'm
you
sitting next to like.
did you
Oh,
have
go ahead.
anything in mind to call in to talk about tonight?
Yeah, I did actually.
Excellent.
I guess I'll plug something first, but I do have like a Void Gazer thought, and it's semi-related. All right.
Cool.
So the people I'm spending time with are these people I have a podcast with. All right. This is the Crash Content Podcast. We have like 20 subs, but it's interesting because this is like all people that met together at the RadCon 4 meetup.
Oh.
And so this was like the 1 year anniversary, and we decided to go out to like OBX and get like a house. And we stayed there for like a week, and that was pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah, we did like the RadCon wrap up, which is like our initial podcast, which I think was like on a PCP voicemail at some point. But that's all. That's all whatever. But like the whole preface of our shtick is like we'll talk about some kind of piece of media that some individual has been deeply involved in, and like explain it to or walk through other people that don't have
Interesting.
months. All right.
How does that lead into
CCP lectures? Okay.
how does it lead
So-
how do we lead into the thing you want to talk about?
We're talking about content here, okay?
Content.
So I personally am like addicted to YouTube specifically, okay? And I remember somebody that called during one of the last couple of shows also said they have like multiple playlists with like thousands.
Yeah, I remember that.
I wanted you guys so badly to talk more about it because I have the same issue. And it gets to a core principle, which I want your guys' opinion on, which is like the kind of authenticity or value of information. And this kind of ties in as well with like Riley arguing with people in the comments about like music stuff. But it's also like the things that you expose yourself to online, because we're at a point now where there's just so much shit on the internet and more stuff is being put onto it every single day. Every day in my sub feed, I get like 12 plus hours of content. It's more sometimes, some days. And even watching it all in like 2x speed at all times, it still just builds up. And there's just more. And I go back and I look at a lot of it. And it turns out even the stuff I pick out individually that I want to watch, it either is now irrelevant or I'm just not interested in it anymore. And so I'm wondering, like, what is the crux of information to get to? Like, instead of watching videos of people talking about books, no matter how good Better Than Food book reviews is, like, what if you just read the book?
Right.
What if you just got the information? What if you just had primary resources and just did things with knowledge?
I mean,
right?
I'll tell you straight up that I watch way less YouTube now than I used to, because like most of what I watched was channels like Better Than Food or just like all kinds of review analysis, just like people who think like and talk similarly enough to me about things that I can feel like, oh, this is somebody I relate to because of the way they talk about stuff. But like,
yeah, and this is clearly like my relationship with your content as well, and then much of the other Void Gazers too.
Yeah. So like I feel that sense of, I don't know if I actually care what these people are talking about at some point, or if I'm just listening to them to hear them talk. Like in the case of Better Than Food, like there was a time where I could trick myself into believing I might read these books one day, but I have not read any of the books he's talked about. So like,
right.
After 5 years of following this channel, I'm not going to pretend like I'm ever going to read these books. And so like basically after I started transitioning, I kind of realized that I used to spend a lot of my time just trying to not be with myself. Like, I just don't want to be sitting with my thoughts. And like, there's two ways to not be sitting with your thoughts. One is to be actively doing something, and the other is to be distracting yourself with something. And like, I would often just sit there and not even really pay attention to these videos. I just have them on while I'm thinking about other stuff so that I can like pretend I'm doing something. Or like, particularly back when I used to be smoking just all the time, like I would sit there and just smoke for hours and watch YouTube content like mindlessly.
What do you think I've been doing quarantining in this attic all day?
Yeah, I bet. Like, it's, you know, at some point when I started, like, particularly after moving these guys in and working with them and, like, just doing stuff more frequently, not having enough time to actually sit and just like glaze over and watch YouTube all day. Now when I look at my sub feed, I'm like, man, I'm really going to make decisions about what things I watch. Like, I'm probably going to watch all the cooking videos because I can watch them with Ari and he can make those recipes. And then, like, that's like, there's some utility while you're having fun. Whereas, like, again, something like Better Than Food, it's just like, well, I'm not going to get anything out of this. I'm just going to listen to this guy's voice for 15 minutes. And that's the kind of stuff that maybe I'll throw on while I'm, like, doing something else.
I'll get to a point with most cooking videos where in the last 2, 3, 5, 6, the wrapping up part, where they're putting everything together or whatever.
You won't watch them eat the food. You're
well,
like,
I won't watch
know
them
how
eat the
this
food.
ends.
At a certain point, it's like, oh, I know what you're doing from this point, so I will just do it myself.
Yeah.
It takes
Right.
a lot of practice to get to that point. But cooking is worth it, and you should try it. I'm not saying you don't cook.
Oh, I love cooking. Cooking's great.
What's your favorite thing to cook?
Yeah.
My favorite thing to cook? I was kind of thinking about it when you asked the last guy, but there's a lot of things. Oh?
Sorry, anyone else who calls in, you will be asked what your favorite thing to cook is. Oh, Illusion. You will be asked what your favorite thing to cook is.
We already know what Illusion's favorite thing to cook is. Or no, maybe that was his favorite thing to eat.
we will ask you to pick a different thing to cook.
Yeah, sorry.
Kyrie, what is your favorite thing to cook?
So I like, tacos and fucking... I like tacos, okay, but instead, I want to share with you, I think, one of the best things I ever cooked.
All right.
And it was with my dad. And, like, I remember distinctly at the house, we didn't really have a whole lot. And so, like, with flour, the night before, I, like, handmade udon noodles. You know how to make udon? It's like a 50-50.
Udon, but I know the type of noodles.
Yeah, it's like 50-50 flour, water, like sourdough bread. And then you, like, make a thing, and then you, like, step on it in a bag, like, 3 times and fold it and, like, put it in the fridge. And all we had left was, like, it's so easy, it's so good, so, like, stretchy and chewy, okay? The only other things we had were, like, coconut milk, frozen squid, a couple of, like, almost too ripe tomatoes, and, like, cilantro, dry herb spices and stuff. And I go to his house, and together we end up making the, like, it was like butter with tomatoes, and this is, like, poured over this, like, coconut udon noodle sauce with these, like, diced squid and, like, fucking cumin over the top of it. And it was, like, chef's kiss. Like, I'll never be able to remember specifically or replicate this recipe, but we were both eating it and just, like, drinking beer and, like, you could just sell this at, like, a food truck stand and it'd be amazing. This is so good.
I think the best recipes come out of lack of ingredients and desperation, just having to improvise.
I've had a couple of experiences like this too. That was a very noteworthy one though.
How do you like your fried eggs?
I like them. I like them pretty dippy. Yeah, I like them fried. I like them dippy.
All right.
Runny yolk, all that good shit.
Heck yeah, boys.
Kyrie, were you done making your original thing you wanted to talk about? Did we cover that?
Essentially, I mean, I was interested as to like what Riley and Bird also think about like what is like information that is useful to consume. How do you? And this might be an issue that maybe I like previously perhaps Trixie like dealt with where there's just so much stuff out there that possibly could be useful, but how do you decide what actually is useful and not like spend all your time wasting with bullshit?
I just don't think I'm sure there is a set of standards, but for me personally, it's a very case-by-case thing. It's really hard to judge what is worth reading, what is not worth reading, aside from like the very obvious political things on either side. But like every news story, you can read it and gain something from it. It doesn't matter. Like you can gain anything, any type of information from whatever news source you're reading it from. Yeah. It doesn't really.
I mean, I only watch the Dick Show and get all of my news from the Dick Show.
Like, I'm tempted
I
to
get
say
all my
that
news from Twitter, so
I don't know that there's any information that like you can get out of a YouTube video that is valuable unless it's teaching you something that you need. Like,
I guess I'd ask.
No information is valuable without context.
Right.
Yeah, I guess I'd ask, what are you trying to achieve? Like, what type of... Well, sure. Then for me, like, in terms of valuable information, it's Joshua Weissman or Binging with Babish or any of those cooking channels have made a new thing that I can look at and go, oh, I can make that, and then make it real quick.
Yeah, I'm thinking about, like, because there is a YouTube video style with utility that I will probably introduce to Showing Bird, which is, like, DIY film equipment. Because there's a lot of, like, it's very easy to build a teleprompter now that we have a power drill. So, like, stuff like that's useful, you know?
Yeah, so I no, go ahead.
I wouldn't clarify it as DIY necessarily, but Paul Harrell does a lot of like technical stuff for firearms and stuff like that. It's very interesting.
Wait, is that like the older guy?
There's a that's
I
think
just
the
like
older
out,
guy
out
you might
about.
think. Sorry, there's Paul Harrell's like in his mid 40s, but there's also Hickok 45 who's in his like mid 60s or mid 70s maybe.
I'm thinking of the guy that has like the kind of like badass persona a little bit, and he has like he doesn't wear glasses, kind of graying hair.
Yeah, that's
really
Paul
likes his
Harrell.
like one pump shotgun. Oh, I love Paul Harrell. He's fucking based.
He's a lot of fun. I like him a lot. He's
Yeah.
definitely my favorite firearms YouTuber that exists out there. He's just straight to the point. He tells you what he's making his video about. He talks about it. He also does a lot of he does a lot of very interesting campfire cooking with Dutch ovens and stuff, where he'll just like light charcoal in the middle of the forest, very safely, of course.
Yeah.
He's monitoring this. He's got people around it, and so he'll light a bunch of charcoal because originally Dutch ovens are supposed to work with charcoal on the bottom, charcoal on the top. So he'll light a big patch of charcoal. He'll light a big patch of charcoal on the top, and it's a lot of fun to watch. I learn a lot from that guy.
Yeah, I have this like kind of like mini pan/Dutch oven thing called a fry bake that you can do the same thing with and make like cinnamon buns and stuff and like pizza.
What was it called again?
It's a fry bake.
Fry
so
bake.
you can get like a regular it's a nonstick aluminum or sorry it's just like regular aluminum so you can like scrape it with like metal and shit and it comes with like a metal top with like a ring that you can lift it with like a stick and hang it and stuff.
That sounds cool.
They're pretty good. But I think this kind of
awesome.
Come back to like the main point, and I think it wraps it up nicely, which is like kind of the conclusion I've been coming to, which is I gather this information because I see it could be useful, and it's about stuff that I am interested in. And admittedly, a lot of it is just like non-information stuff, like relative examples, but shit like do penguins get sunburnt, or like did you know that polar bear fur isn't actually like clear, like and just like random science trivia facts that like don't matter. But I collect them because they might be useful, but the optimal way to use it seems to be to just have the resource there for when you think it's something that it actually might be useful in that situation. And that's already like what the platform is for, so there's no need to collect it at all. Or you could just like funnel your YouTube subscriptions into like a RSS feed and just have it all there optionally, rather than needing to keep up with it.
It would be convenient. All right, well,
and then that's
thank you for your call. Do you have anything you want to promote before we move on to the next caller?
Crash Content Podcast. Look it up if you have any interest. We'll be having lectures in the coming months here. One of them's Stargate, another one's on Fast and Furious. I do one on this
you
like,
can have
Chinese
any drink
novel.
you want, as long as it's a Corona.
Yes, there were Coronas in the lecture, but those are not up yet. No, that's all. Just wanted to say hi to y'all. I hope you're having a good night, and I will continue to quarantine up here in the attic. For like another fucking week.
Peace out.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Peace out.
Good call in. All right, now we have
Illusion. If I had a friend like Bird seems to be.
What's that, Bird?
That's a very hot track off of Art Rivals Intelligence, which you can find. It's I'm sorry.
Like Bird?
Friend like bird, indeed. But the track is on Art Rivals Intelligence, which is my debut album, in which a lot of my friends, Twitter friends, real life friends, family members, people, came and delivered verses on for all kinds of stuff.
Jesus, Illusion, Eric Wong, Jojo.
Jojo! Jojo delivers some
Sitting back in my chair.
anime everywhere.
Alright, Illusion, what's up?
Yeah, what's going on, Illusion?
Hi, Illusion.
We don't hear you.
Are you there?
Can you hear my
go.
demo?
Yes, I hear you now.
All right. First of all, I want to compliment you being color matched to Mint. I like the orange.
She disappeared, but I like the color matching as well.
That was
I
a
like
good
to create a
choice,
through
indeed.
line across the screen.
See, I won't do any of that.
Yeah.
I'll just wear terrible colors. I don't want to match with you guys. I want to be as jarring as possible.
Anyways, Illusion, what's going on? What do you want to talk about?
Wait, what are you talking about? You wear green and brown.
This is a gray. This is a red. This is a rabbit fur.
I would consider this greenish.
It's
Like a
gray.
I mean,
gray.
depends on the lighting,
Maybe
of
slate
course.
green.
Slate green. I like that name.
Yeah.
It's whatever color it looks like, I guess.
Yeah. I like your taste in YouTubers. Paul Harrell is great. I loved his video about getting lost in the woods and how he survived.
If you could link that to me, I'd love it, because I don't know that I've heard that
Sure,
one
sure.
before.
Yeah, it's one of the latest one.
Then
And
I guess
he
I'm not
he speaks from experience, and I love how he speaks about dealing with his haters. You know, an old
He is
guy,
very
and
good at
he's
dealing with haters. He's very funny.
yeah. He's both methodical and funny.
Methodical, funny, and just doesn't. I mean, of course, anyone who could respond could if they wanted to, but he doesn't really leave a chance for anyone in good faith to argue in response to him. It's a very methodical point, because he'll just take 5 minutes out of his 45-minute video to go, hey, people who don't like this thing, you're wrong. Or even he's made like, I think, a 45, maybe 30 to 45-minute video where he was getting a lot of crap for, I don't know, something. I don't remember the specifics. And he was just like, here is every single reason why you're wrong about why you think I'm wrong. And you shouldn't ever think I'm wrong again. And if anyone on the internet tells you that they think they are correct to a fault, like if they are insisting that they're correct and everyone else is wrong and their way is the only way to go, like, well, maybe you should look at other people too. That's Paul Harrell's thing, especially with firearms and stuff. It's like, well,
Yeah,
this is just my personal experience. This is how I deal with it. This is how I do it. It's a lot of fun.
And you can also tell that, you know, commenters existed before the internet as well. You know, people who are coming to a community and just, you know, being posers about how much they want, because they want to be above the other people in that space.
Yeah, everyone's looking for a leg up on anyone else. The Sweeney Todd, I don't remember.
Dude, I threw a lot of parties in high school. There was always somebody who had something to fucking say to some bitch who would show up with like a group of friends, and then they'd all stand in the corner and talk shit about one girl they think's a slut or this or that, and like, you know, if they were weirdos and like they acted out on that, they're like, oh, they had to say something, that's when you just like have them leave. Like, all right, you guys gotta leave.
Right.
Like, it's okay to like be a weirdo. Every party has weirdos who stand in the corner and bicker and gossip, but like, if you're not whispering to your friends, you're gonna be asked to get the fuck out of my party. That's all it is. I get it. It's harsh.
If
on
you're
internet
whispering
standards.
to the cake, I understand, and you'll be allowed to stay.
Also, before you ask, I did think about the foods that I like to make. And yeah, it's when I have two foods that I go to when I go to like a party or an event where people like cook at the place, like over a weekend. One is chili con carne.
Oh, I love some chili con carne, yeah. What do you?
Yeah, and
What does chili con carne consist of for you? I don't know if it's different at all for where you are.
I mean, minced meat, beans, peppers, rice, corn, of course, and
Sure.
yeah,
What
stuff
kind
like
of
that.
peppers do you usually use? And do you use ground beef as well?
I use the cheapest ground meat I find in the supermarket.
Sure.
Usually it's a mix.
For me, typically it's pork that's the cheapest ground meat. Is that similar for you as well?
Usually it's the mixed one that's the cheapest, like a mix of pork and beef.
Interesting. I've not been able. No. I've never found that before. That sounds like that would be a really fun flavor. Huh.
Yeah, I mean, also when you go to a butcher, you can just ask them to make the meat, mince the meat to the way you want it. So
I mean, this is something I've been dealing with since I lived in Idaho. Is like, at least in America, butchers are really hard to find. There's like one in the farmer's market near where we live currently, but they got the specific stuff, but like they don't do that kind of specialties. Like I'd really like to have a butcher who's just like a friend of mine, who I can just like, hey, here's this stuff. Can you?
Yeah,
can you give me that meat? Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I really like the idea of, you know, every town just having a butcher. Like my great grandpa was a butcher. It's a big thing. Like you should know how to do it to some extent. I don't know a whole lot about disassembling meat, but I know enough to the point where if I was given like a prime rib roast, I could do something with it. But that's not that much. That's kind of just slicing it.
Yeah, there's tons of butchers around here. Small butcheries, and also when you go to a smaller supermarket, it usually has like a separate butcher in the same building before you like enter the supermarket itself. So it's a separate thing.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I have two questions for you. What is your favorite type of meat?
Ooh, well, I like the pork burgers when I go to McDonald's.
Interesting.
I think it depends. Probably pork, but also duck. Duck is very good.
Duck is
when
awesome.
I go for Chinese. Yeah.
I'm with you there. Duck's a little harder to get a hold of here in the States, so I default to like steak for my favorite, just because we've had.
You're just supposed to hunt it.
Well, yeah, I know, but like in terms of me not shooting duck every year when it's convenient.
Wait till we're like hopping around Nevada, so we're always eating like elk and shit.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to just eat venison purely.
Venison, I got you. I know like 4 dudes who every season grab like 2 deer.
Yo, have you ever tried bear though?
Not yet. Well, actually, I think I have at my grandpa's. You know, the grandpa who catches bears.
Yeah.
We've had some bear.
Yo, I want to have
some
bear.
Just a quick aside. Anyone who's had bear, feel free to call in and just describe it.
We will push Luzon off. Luzon, wrap up your call, my guy.
Luzon, did you ever?
I didn't talk what I wanted to talk about.
What do you want to talk about?
That'll be.
By 2:30 a.m. It's 2:23.
I want to go to cookout.
Ooh, nice. That'll be probably a bit long, but I read the latest Beast post about
Substack article. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, about IRL being escapism is gay.
The article was called "Live in Your World and Play There," I believe.
Yeah.
Or live in this world and play there.
I just it was hard communicating with my family over the weekend again. About my weight. Yeah, you too. About my weight and you know, the only only advice anybody can always give me is that if you're lazy, and then you just have to decide and do it, and that's it, you know. And I know.
Sorry, are you trying to lose weight? Is that, or
Well, I'm gaining weight, and I'm not
sorry, yes,
trying to lose weight.
Everybody needs to lose 20 pounds, but I guess my question more specifically is, do you want to lose weight, or is your family just trying to make you lose weight?
Oh, well, both. I've my mom is a doctor, so it always comes up, and I've always seen myself as fat. And I'm getting fatter all the time, and it is interfering with my life.
Personally, what I've done to shift, I've never really had an issue with gaining weight. If anything, I've had the opposite issue, with which I can't gain weight, and I can't keep weight on to store the type of energy I need to store. But what's really helped me personally, and it might differ for you, is lately I've been eating pretty much nothing but like straight meat, straight eggs. Like, I really don't eat much besides meat and eggs, and it's been really helpful. I get a lot of protein. If I feel a little down on the vitamin side, I'll take a multivitamin. I'll eat some broccoli.
You also don't like snack, I think, is the biggest.
I also don't
between
snack.
You and most people.
Yeah, well, my main problem is that I have a day job, and I travel around the city. So I eat at work. We have
I'm gonna give you.
I want to hear what it is to eat at work.
And
what do you eat at work?
all kinds of stuff. It's there is a canteen, and also there's fast food everywhere, you know, and stuff to buy. You know,
it's very easy to come across unhealthy food, and it's a natural thing that you come across in your day. I think the biggest thing that I would shift in my mindset for you is, because you were saying that you like always visualize yourself as fat, is to create a vision of what you can do if you lose weight and fixate on that. Like, don't fixate on like the fact that you're failing at not being skinny. Just think about like, why do I want to be skinny? What will I be able to accomplish? Like for me, being able to climb on stuff is like my number one fitness goal. It's like if I feel like I can confidently climb on things, then I'm like, cool, that means I can I don't know, climbing is a skill for some reason I find important to have, so I just like to be able to climb. And like the feeling
I climb on everything fat as well.
Yeah. So
I just get winded too soon.
Exactly, stuff like that. Like just think about like, oh man, if I lost weight, I'd be able to walk. Maybe like there's somewhere that you would be interested in being able to walk to, and you just got to start practicing walking there until you can.
Well, my problem is that you know, I feel like I have a limited amount of willpower. So right now I am focusing on being creative. I have tried different methods of losing weight before.
What are you trying to be creative doing exactly? Like, is it something you can do on your phone?
Well, most of creative is that I want to do now is just writing things down.
Definitely can be done on your phone. So what I would recommend is to just pace around while you're writing. Like, just walk at all times while writing.
And
that would be too many typos.
For me specifically, just because of how I am as a person, voice memos are a really big help. Of just you know, go into your notes, walk around, turn on the mic setting, and just talk. Just talk into your phone. All the stuff you're thinking about. Just do a stream of consciousness real quick.
Yeah,
get it all out.
I need to have it in a written form. So that doesn't really work for me. I look, the problem is not the methods. You know, I know a lot of methods about.
Sure.
I am good at thinking about how I should do stuff. Right. I just don't have the drive and willpower honestly, to actually do it.
My stance would be that like being overweight will also rob you of willpower. So like If it's something that
Yeah,
you think would
it definitely
expand
does.
your like, you might be able to write better if you focus on losing weight first and then start writing. If it's like affecting you enough that it's a bigger deal in your life, like just whatever is the most like impeding you from being able to do what you want to do is what you got to take care of first and put all your energy into, you know? Because it's like before you build up, you got to take down the barriers. Anyway, it's 2:30, so I hope that has been helpful because we're going to end this. So
I'm probably gonna sign up for the Dick Show weight loss
Oh, we
thing.
have other callers? Oh, okay. I thought you were saying you wanted it to end at 10:30.
Yeah, I did want it to end at 2:30.
Okay.
And we have other
2:30.
callers.
All right, Losing, we're bringing in the next one.
Right, Illusion.me, still my website.
Cool.
Bye.
Yeah, he
Illusion.me.
Cool. Thank you, Luzon.
Hi, Luzon.
We just gotta get better at speed rounding callers. Alright, this is Anthemic Lullaby. What is up,
Oh.
Anthemic Lullaby?
Yo, what do you want to talk
What?
about, Anthemic Lullaby? What's going on?
Oh shit. I'm sorry. Okay.
You wanted to talk about how sorry you were?
I mean, I do say sorry a lot, but no.
No, you're good. What's your favorite food?
I don't know. It used to be pizza, but I don't like it anymore. So I don't know. I don't really have favorite food. All food's kind of shit now.
Damn.
Because I eat terribly. But whatever. I don't know.
How do you feel about the drill noises?
What drill noises? I don't know. They're drill noises. They're good at being
do you
drilled.
have a topic, Anthemic Lullaby?
I don't know.
Well, then we're gonna move on to the next caller if that's cool with you.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I just came in because you were having callers on.
I mean, I asked him all. He said he doesn't.
I mean, I was thinking about something. I mean,
all right.
talking about like mental health things earlier this week. I mean, I'm like bipolar, and I went through like psychosis like a year ago, and I don't know.
I feel that.
So I can relate.
It was interesting. I thought I was having telekinetic sex with anime girls.
Whoa.
It was,
It
yeah,
sounds like a
I
pretty
was-
awesome trip.
yeah, I was looking at the screen and it was when the anime. It was actually VTuber. I thought when the VTuber movie with Avatar was dragging me around by the dick, and like I felt like was hypnotized. It was real. It was actually real. I was like it was weird psychotic hypnosis. It's self-induced. I'm
impressed.
I mean,
I want some of that to happen to my brain. I don't have that power.
I mean, I don't anymore because I don't know. I've been. I don't know if it was the meds that evened me out or it just kind of went over time.
Right.
I mean, the meds
It's
can
probably
be.
healthier to be at a distance from the mindset that makes you see illusions.
Illusions.
Well, we like
Mm.
seeing illusion.
So they'll be careful, like, because psych drugs can. I know you may know me as like the anhedonia guy. I think if you remember me, but the psych drugs can be a big cause of anhedonia, like antidepressants and antipsychotics. It's a lot of horror stories about that. So I think I got my anhedonia from withdrawing from an antipsychotic abruptly. But I don't know. They thought I remember like I'm pretty sure I'm not autistic, even though I think they said like one person during my psychotic episode, one person that I had as a counselor said thought I was autistic for some reason. I don't really think I had like an autistic friend and and someone that knew about psychology, and they both thought I wasn't autistic, but it's kind of weird. I mean, I used to have. They're not a friend anymore, but I'm sorry if this is boring. Yeah.
It's not boring.
I feel I'm pretty rambly.
Yeah, don't worry about you don't need to apologize so much. We can be kind of aggressive
You've
because
been
we're
very
we like to
concise,
speed run
actually.
people. Yeah, you've done
your
well.
Your story makes sense.
We'll definitely
Yeah.
love to talk to you on like a Void Gazers call in. This is just a little call in. quick.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be just like a quick thing.
Do you have anything you want to plug while you're here?
I don't. I mean, I do make shit, but I don't. Actually, I think I have a Wattpad where I write where I have poems posted or something. But
What's your name?
Yeah, what's your
let me look. It's anthemic. I don't know. Anthemic
Lullaby?
Wattpad.
Cool.
I guess though, if you like poems, I don't know. I guess I'll read those. But thanks for having me on. I hope I can have something better, something more coherent to say next time if there's ever another call-in show. I guess.
Well,
Sorry.
we'll work with you on helping you to devise like a plan of action for the next one.
Just real quick for mean people like me, could you say your Wattpad one more time? Because I talked over you.
Huh? Oh, I mean, me in person wouldn't apologize for talking over, but I mean that's obvious though.
No,
But
I talked over you. I was asking you to say your Wattpad again.
Yeah, he's saying you wouldn't have said that if you were mean. Oh my god. Get out of the nitty gritty. You're both really awkward actually. So it's like just
Anthemic Lullaby / Joshua / I think it was. All
right. Peace out.
Bye.
Okay. Now, one more caller. Kotaru has had bear.
Kotaru's had bear. Okay.
Oh
he's
shit.
lost 80 pounds.
Jesus.
I care less about that second part. I care more about the bear. Kotaru,
you are
unmute
muted.
yourself.
Please tell us about the bear.
All right. So I grew up in upstate New York, in a very small town, and we used to eat bear occasionally.
I know that they run out of food in Syracuse, so they have to resort to eating bear.
Yeah, I mean the winters would be like -21 and 9 feet of snow, so we had to sometimes eat whatever.
Sure.
All right.
So I've heard
first
bear
things
meat is
first.
kind of sweet. Is that true at all?
That is true. It is kind of sweet, but there's the first rule is never eat bear in the fall or the winter. They start eating meat in the fall, and it ruins the flavor. They get really musty and rank. But if you get them in the spring, then they're mostly eating fruits and berries. They have a grass-fed beef kind of flavor, and the meat is very, very dark red and granular. And I guess that might be kind of hard to describe, but it's
I think I know what you mean.
Yeah, I recommend it, but just not in the fall, not in the winter.
Kind of. So it tastes like fruity meat, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit like kind of like pork and beef kind of sort of flavor in that venison kind of category.
I can't wait to try it.
Yeah, there's some places that sell bear burgers. That'd probably be the best way to do it.
Yeah.
It's super, super lean, so it's really easy to overdo. But as a burger, it's great.
We'll look up what places have that so that if we run into one on our travels, we can stop there.
Yeah. And
Is
I also
there a
have one
bear
really
burger
quick-
you recommend?
Oh, not off the top of my head. I haven't eaten it in a long time since I've moved to Arizona. But I also have one more thing really quick. This is for Illusion. I lost about 80 pounds since 2009. And the number one thing is small, sustainable changes. Don't do diet plans or, crash course things because they're hard to sustain. The first thing I did was I stopped drinking soda. And from there, I went into, reducing my portion sizes a little bit and going on a couple more walks and a couple more hikes here and there. But if you just try to do it all at once, you're going to burn out.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up because I didn't try to do everything all at once either. It was definitely a gradual process of now I don't have to do this anymore and now this. And when you're trying to cut all your vices, you feel like you don't have any dopamine in your life anymore. So you just got to wean yourself off of each different thing.
Ocean Man. That was me dealing with my nicotine addiction.
Thank you very much for that, Colin Kotaru. That was great advice.
I should plug my Twitter.
Yes.
Twitter.
I have some very terrible art on there you can check out. My Twitter is @whoisnergal.
Could you spell the last word?
I will. It is Nergal.
Oh, like the bad guy from The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Sure. More like the ancient Sumerian god of a city that was rebranded as the King of Shit Mountain.
Which is probably who the bad guy in Billy and Mandy is named after. So.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, awesome. I think that's wrapping up the stream now then, yeah?
Yeah, let's go get something to eat.
All right, see you later, everybody. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for watching.
You want to check up on the stream real quick?
Yeah, I see lots of hearts. Like, I don't see any, like...
I'll answer Abskiss's question. We smoke somewhere around $1,000 worth of weed a month, like in wax and weed. So.
That seems like about right.
Yeah. I mean,
a lot
like 20
less
grams
than
of wax.
the four of us are smoking less than I personally was smoking before you guys moved in.
Oh, yeah, we don't smoke a lot a day. It's hard to quantify in amounts, right? At this point, we just smoke a lot of really high quality wax and weed.
Yeah.
But we don't smoke none of us are like smoking an ounce a week, right?
Right.
But we're smoking like a really good half ounce.
Yeah.
Probably. And it's all utilitarian, so it's like you wake up, you wake and bake some sativa. We've got this 100% sativa weed, super sour diesel. So we're smoking that, and then that makes us like get to work. And then at night when you want to watch a movie, an anime, you do some wax dabbing.
Cool off.
The dabs are cleaner, they're less bad for your throat. There's no. B used to smoke blunts. Which is a nicotine addiction she's had.
I went from like the most wasteful and addictive way of smoking to the least wasteful and addictive way of smoking, so it's been it's been a lot better. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming out.